Hey everyone, it's Woody here, and welcome to WoodYaTalk, where we talk about the JRPL. And tonight we're going to talk about the two shows that just happened. Let me help you introduce my guest, Bomber. Hello, Bomber. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I am good. Fresh out of the shower. I'm clean. I am clean right now, so I'm ready to do this. Not that I'm not always clean, by the way, but now I'm super clean.
Yeah, you stench of corporate.
Yeah, hey, what are you doing? Hey, you're crazy.
No, Scott's the crazy one. Scott's the crazy one.
Crazier, anyway. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Had a busy weekend and literally was recording some stuff earlier tonight live on the Twitch stream. Hello, everybody. Cyclops Scott on Twitch. There we go. There's the plug. But yeah, no, I'm doing quite good. Holiday time is coming up. It is the Christmas season, and yeah, this is potentially the last one for the year because it is the last JRPL show of the year. Mm-hmm. So we get to close this stuff out.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited that it is done, but I mean, we're coming right into January with 4 fucking shows. So
yeah,
I mean,
starting on like the 3rd, 4th, or whatever homecoming
the
is.
6th. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my God!
Let's do our recap as not as quick as we can, but quickly because we do want to touch on some stuff and go from there.
Mm-hmm. So Ring of Honor. Let's just jump into that. The final battle results.
Final battle. All right. This was on Friday night because Ring of Honor is different.
By the way, real quick, I just want to say I so much enjoy having a show on Friday night. It gives me all day Saturday to get the results up before the show on Sunday. When it's fucking NXT the night before, every single show on Sunday night, I feel rushed. I am nonstop from the time I wake up to the start of the show. I am busy with shit. When these Ring of Honor shows come on, I have time to breathe, time to relax. I enjoy the pay-per-views better on Sundays. So
you'll like the WrestleMania NXT then because it's
yes, it's going to be the worst.
It'll be good because
the Hall of Fame. Yeah, well, yeah, that's
the Hall of Fame will be on the Saturday. They're flipping it.
Yeah, there's still two shows. On Friday. Though. Still 2 shows though, because there's a Ring of Honor that same night, I believe.
That's true. So,
yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that I thoroughly enjoyed doing the Ring of Honor shows on Friday. That helps me out. I know that for sure. So anyway, let's talk about Final Battle.
Well, we're gonna go through the listings and we'll talk about the write-up as we go for reels. And that should help keep things brief. So we'll start with the Midnight Rider defeating Buckend 5, 36-8. That is a debut. And
squash right off the bat.
Boom, yeah. And the Midnight Rider comes in there with what, a noose?
Came out with a noose.
Not guilty.
Yep, threw a noose around Buckend 5's neck. Gonna hang Buckend 5. Poor Buckend 5, by the way. But last minute took the noose off, said not guilty, and left.
Yeah. And then on the Job Radio YouTube, when I'm like, I do my own promos. This Midnight Rider, I also said Masked Rider. Midnight Rider is doing the promos. CT Martin did promos. We had some back and forth. It's fun. Like, let's get all this built up and going. And for the record, I don't know who this is. People think it's Lee. I don't know who this is. I'm looking in the camera. I have no idea who this is. Okay, if it's Lee, he's not telling me. I don't know. I want him back. He's not coming back. Lee's dead. There you go. I love it though. Whatever it is, it's great. And if he steals Lee's gimmick, I'll take his head off. But yeah,
his vignettes are great. Like, I love them.
They're weird. I love they're weird already too.
Different.
So yeah, I love this stuff. They're fun and different. Like I said, that's what we want. But we have another masked man, Alpha Dog, defeating LJ 32-28.
Yep, that's the UV #1 contender right there, Alpha Dog. But
Yep. So I'm just gonna go through these. If you want to jump in, interrupt, because that's how it worked last time. I'm not the awkward pauses are awkward. The Dark Rider. Is that Andrade Almas for the pick? Okay, good. I was like, who is that?
Yep.
It beat Chappers 44-31. That's the highest score so far, and for the record, 46 was the highest possible. So is that a debut? 2 points shy of the total?
No, not a debut. Dark Rider, he showed up for the NXT and Survivor Series, but
gotcha.
Still new.
Still
that's
rookie.
real good. Yeah, still rookie.
We have Jace Villain 13 defeating Luke Gray 37-21. Both these guys active in the Discord chat. It is fun seeing them in there. The new blood coming in.
Yeah, that ended with a referee stoppage, by the way.
Yeah.
Jace Villain just destroyed Luke Gray, and the ref had to stop it and pull him off of him, and that is going to be leading to some bad blood between the two. So we'll see where that goes.
We'll get there maybe in the new year. We have an interesting one here. Kyoko defeating Super Hippo 39-22.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, Super Hippo.
What a way to end the year.
Yeah, man. It just keeps piling on for Super Hippo. Just can't get it going, and even in our next show we'll talk about, just can't get it going, man. Kind of feel bad for him. I don't know if he changed something, if he just doesn't watch as much anymore. He still shows up to like almost every single show, so I don't he just can't get the wins that he was piling on last year. So I don't know.
Yeah, he was superstar of the year.
Yeah,
he was. Now he's just jobbing out.
I can relate to the not being able to string wins. It sucks. It's like, man, what kind of doghouse did he end up in? Except there isn't one. This is legit picks.
That's true.
Shit.
That is true because we all get in ruts and stuff. Even I've been in rut. Like everybody gets in ruts, and he's been in a rut all year, unfortunately. So hopefully, this is the end. Like he's gonna just shake this shit off at the end of 2019 and 2018. Sorry, and he'll maybe get better 2019. Jeez, getting my years all over the place. But yeah, no, tough loss for Super Hippo there.
Next up, we have Modstep defeating Slingblade 35-29.
Yep, Modstep pretty happy that he's doing Ring of Honor shows, doing house shows still. Just want to point that out.
Daddy Fat Sack defeating the Green Machine 37-29.
That's an upset right there.
Yeah, that's a big win.
Yeah, that is a huge win. I think that's Daddy Fat Sack's second win too. He does not have a very good record, but beating guys like Green Machine is a pretty big deal.
And Ring of Honor was a long show, a lot of matches too. And that's where it gets dangerous. Like you get a few wrong and it can all fall apart. But you usually have a safer buffer, like a couple wrong can't really cost you unless it's the big ones. So and 37 out of 46, again, like he was 9 shy of the overall perfect card. So that's really good. Speaking of a high score, Lily Pilly beat Wookie 35-20.
Yep, just a big win there. Big win for Lily Pilly.
We have Banksy with the year of Banksy. Do not forget, 32-28 over That Guy Jack.
Yep, this is That Guy Jack's first show where he's only doing house shows, so unfortunately it didn't work out for him. I mean, it was close, 32-28, but still...
It's Banksy, though.
Yeah, fell a little short, but...
Year of Banksy.
Yep.
But I like both gimmicks. The year of Banksy, where he was like the Rumble winner in the face, and he's going to do it all, but I'll make... And he's like Daniel Bryaning it, where it's like, no, it's my time. But then That Guy Jack, house show only, that's cool. Yep. I like that. That's
he's got a good little story going there. We'll see where it goes in the future here.
Now we have Cade Gailey beating 3J Platinum 32-29.
Cade Gailey, sneaky dude. He's under the radar, getting a lot of wins. That's why he got a UV title match not long ago, and I know a lot of people probably don't see his name a lot, so they're probably like, "What is he doing, getting a title shot?" He's actually he does pretty good. He's got an over 500 record. He's won more than he's lost, and he just keeps getting wins. So keep getting wins. You keep moving up the card. Keep getting opportunities.
Well, when you look at that, it's like, oh, does he have any big wins? Oh, I mean, 3J Platinum's. That's big. That's good.
That's a pretty decent win.
I look at it, he's got a better record technically than I do. It's the ones that you win the ones that matter. It's all good.
He's got a winning record.
Easier said than done. So yeah,
let's just keep it up.
We have an interesting match with Cam Popplestone defeating Cammy Cat 33-12.
Okay, first of all,
it's the returning Cams.
Yes, this is. I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious. Cam and Cam.
Oh, damn, you didn't really?
I swear to God, I did. That's great. I should have. God damn it. Super excited. Cammy Cat just out of nowhere hopped on Discord. For those of you that are new and don't know who Cammy Cat is, she was around the JRPL for quite a while back in the day. Went on a little hiatus, showed back up right before this past weekend. Said that she's back in the JRPL, so ready to go. She took a loss here. She said she's got to shake off the ring rust. She did put up a low score, but I mean, hey, as long as you're back, getting the swing of things, should be fun. So I'm excited to have Cammy Cat back.
And it's kind of funny because I remember talking about like Becky and how awesome she is right now and all the cool pictures and stuff going on. You're like, man, I wish Cammy Cat was here. And then within like a day, she's like, hey, I'm back now. I'm like, oh yeah. So like the pics are ready because Becky Lynch is the man. She's my favorite thing in wrestling right now. Yep. So
Cammy Cat,
it's good.
Once she starts getting some wins under her belt, work her way back up.
Will be coming.
It's ready.
Good.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. We have Vitamin Yes defeating Ash 31-28.
Yeah, the world champ.
Yeah, beat the world champ. Yep.
This was the kickoff main event.
Yes, that's right. People were like, "Hey, why is Ash not on the on the main show?" And somebody pointed out, "Hey, they got the main event of the kickoff show." And I was like, "Yeah, don't take that away from them."
It's
But,
an important role, yes, but the world champion really shouldn't be on the kickoff.
That's
But,
true. You
whatever.
wouldn't think so, but house shows, anything can happen. So I really
Exactly,
didn't. I really didn't have a match for Ash. Really didn't have a match for Vitamin Yes. Nobody requested anything, so I kind of just threw him in there.
But now you got the world champion being beaten by Vitamin Yes, 31-28, and Warden beat Ash in a non-title as well. So like that's, I know it's house shows, but ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. As long as he's still getting wins on the main shows, we'll see if he gets a win at the main show coming up. We'll talk about that, right? He did not get the win.
Hey,
here.
Woody, how's it going? Hey,
No.
we'll talk about that one coming up. Hey, how you doing?
It's fine.
No, we're not talking about Sunday yet. No, that's fine. We have Dr. Tommy Oliver defeating Fart Bucket. 34-29.
Rematch. This was a rematch. Dr. Tommy Oliver has been on a roll as of late. He started off a couple losses right off the bat, including the loss to Fart Bucket, by the way, and that's not something that usually happens. And he wanted a rematch. He got his rematch, and he got the win. So congrats on the win there. He avenged his loss.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tommy has his little finger and everything right now. He's calling himself the solution right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tommy, he's in the Discord, in the main chat, in the character chat.
Yeah.
And I love him for it because he is literally doing what I do in picking all the targets you can and seeing what'll land. Like, because that way you got a bit of a storyline no matter what's going on. You can go after it. So I appreciate that. I love it. And yeah, you'll get noticed by doing that because I might have to do something. What?
Yeah.
But it's fun. It set things up. It's all how you do it, and it gets interest in it. So yeah, it's some fun stuff. We have JD Onio, which is probably how you say that. I think I said it right for the first time.
Maybe. Yeah, I just give up and say JD. Yeah.
JD beat TB 666 34-29. It was AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
I know, that's pretty great. I like that.
Yeah.
No, this was just kind of a featured match. It was the top block champion facing the guy that's going to be challenging for the UV title the very 2 nights later. So I just figured it'd be a fun match.
Shot at immortality.
There you go. That's right.
I'm not letting that go.
The
I'm not
first
letting that go.
opportunity.
The first opportunity match is coming up. Yep.
Yep.
Tom defeated Junction 29-22.
Yeah, pretty sure this was a change at the last minute. I think somebody no-show. Junction was supposed to face somebody else. The name's escaping me on the match what it was supposed to be, but this was a change last minute. Yeah, so it was kind of thrown together. But guys, Tom, don't sleep on Tom. I've probably been saying that forever, but man, Tom gets a lot of wins. Tom gets a lot of wins. Yeah.
Now, were there any notable no-shows on this one?
There were.
I asked this late, honestly, but yeah.
There were. I think it changed 2 of the main cards, but again, I can't think of them. But there were a couple. Yeah. Sorry, okay. I can't. I'll probably think of them fucking later.
But, I mean, if you're not mentioned, it was a no-show. There you go.
Yeah.
Hero Shin Moses defeated Real Deal JRH 29-22.
Yep, he requested that match immediately after what went down at Survivor Series where Real Deal screwed over Hero's team. So, yeah, that's just a no-brainer match there that Hiro challenged and got the win. So, good job on that.
We've got me defeating Jonathan C.T. Martin 29-28. And for almost 2 days, I thought I lost it by a point because the math was wrong. Until it was like, oh, you won by a point.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Because he was doing the math on it, and I trusted him for it, and he said he won by a point. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, CT sent me the the write-up that he wanted, like the bits that he wanted in there, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you winning. I was like, Scott won. And he just gave me like on the Discord the little the eyes looking to the side. The shocked eye. He's like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, let me double check. I went through and I double checked everything. I was like, yeah, Scott won. So yeah, kind of a little shock there. But who booked this match? Like, who decided? Did you want this or did he want this? I forgot.
God, I think we just kind of like challenged each other in Discord.
Okay.
That's most of my matches are based on I'll fight you at this on Discord. And like that happened with Red and I, and then the rematch happened there, and a few other ones did. I think it was from that, but when I looked into it, I did one of the promos where I talked about it, where it's like, they're the ones that Lee and I lost the tag titles to. They're the ones that got beat when we lost the tag titles. It was their fault. So I'm like, storyline is there. Oh, yes. So I was able to pull that in. So
I'm looking at the chat right now. Junction posted that his match was supposed to be against Captain Charisma, who wasn't there. So that's what it was.
That's a weird one.
Thank you for
Captain Charisma
that.
no showing is weird.
Actually, you know what? I went back and checked my Discord. He let me know ahead of time. I mean, even though it was a house show, he still let me know because he's only missed one show prior to this. He let me know ahead of time.
Really
so that was it was almost my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of my fault.
That's right.
That's my fault.
But yeah, no, CT and I, we literally had those the YouTube back and forth,
Yes,
the promos
yes,
going.
those are fun. Those are good.
His promo to me was so good. I was like, no, that's the best promo. It's accurate.
Yeah.
However, it's like nothing you said is wrong, but here's where it goes. And I did my rebuttal on that, and we had a lot of fun with those. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun.
That's something like that, and the Masked Midnight Ghost Rider. More of those, more of that kind of stuff. We want that stuff. That is super fun stuff. So, don't worry, Beer Me. I'll be doing one soon. What? Bomber. Hey, look, you and Bastion faced the Chaotic Maniacs.
Yes, this was my first tag team match since that son of a bitch Woody attacked me at Extreme Rules in 2017. I think it was.
We won, didn't we?
We did win, yes, we did win, but you attacked me after the match. And
Wow.
I'm pretty sure this was my first tag match, just 2-on-2 since then. I've been in 3-3s and stuff, but first just regular tag match since then. And yeah, it came out super close. We almost got match of the night. All four of us did really good. Broken Nerd, Baron Ash both did very good. But this kind of went back to Chaotic Maniacs beat Bastion and Jut Jut a little while back in the death match. So this is us trying to jump in since Jut Jut doesn't do house shows and try to get a little revenge, and we did. So,
and I like seeing your trio get utilized in different combinations. It's a New Day thing, but with the UVC, that's dangerous. I like that idea. It's like, oh god, Bomber, what's he doing? Like, oh no, that's a cool thing.
Yeah, and the only thing that basically happened in the write-up was Jut Jut actually did show up afterwards, and it ended up being Jut Jut and Bastion attacking the Chaotic Maniacs, and me kind of getting out of there. So he wasn't in the match, but after the match was over, he did jump in. So hopefully we will see another rematch between those two teams coming up at some point.
No, the scores that were 76-73, so it was close too.
Yes, very close.
It was close. Next up, we have the submission match. Beer Me Jesus, one half of the tag champions, facing Redhead, and beat her 44-33.
Yeah.
Submission match, no less.
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. Beer Me Jesus. It's got to be a submission match.
Took home.
As Ian said, submission Jesus as well. Yeah, and that was match of the night. Yeah, Redhead. That's your sixth, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yep, 6 match of the night for Redhead. I don't know how
someday.
many for Beer Me. I forgot. I think it's 2, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6. I think I think Redhead now leads in most match of the nights. I think
so.
There might be one other person that has 6, but nobody else has 7. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think Redhead has the record.
And how do you remember how the match ended in the write-up?
What? No, I had nothing to do with it.
You may not have had anything to do. I don't know if you did or not. I know you didn't send it to me. Somebody else did. But for those of you that haven't read
it got run by me, and I had ideas.
Yeah. Basically, Scott came out and ended up throwing in the towel for Redhead. Yeah. So Beer Me won by somebody throwing in the towel for Redhead, and on that towel it happened to be a red maple leaf on the towel, which kind of a little interesting. Stuff in there. I'm not gonna lie. When I read it, I was like, you know what? That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, that was the idea. You'll hear in the promo why, but the idea they gotta save her from herself because Redhead didn't want the Enigmas at ringside.
Oh, really?
That was the thing. It's like, I'll do this myself. It was the thing.
Yeah,
we are the best.
Right.
You'll be champions, and I'll do this myself. And went off and did that. So I came out, had a good stare down with Bear Me, who hit me in the back of the head at Survivor Series after. A weird incident.
Yeah.
But still did that. So I'm like, this ain't over yet. And I threw in the towel because gotta save her from herself. Someone's got to do it. I can only watch so many things happen to these people sometimes, right? I've seen worse. So that was a thing. And the idea with the maple leaf was that so Redhead would know who it was after.
Sure, yeah.
That was a thing. The idea of like licking it, ooh, red, it's blood, I'll lick it. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I really like that. I'm like, that's almost comical, but I could damn well see it. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that craziness going on there with your tag partner there? Your solution mates.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like,
Yeah.
like
No, say it. It's weird.
storyline-wise,
Yep.
it's weird, especially seeing Beer Me in that spot where I'm so used to like everyone else. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Beer Me's doing that, and I'm thinking about his character. I'm like, okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's fun to have the different character stuff overlap into things where it doesn't belong.
Mhm.
And that's what I really like about tying things in and having stuff go through. But I had plans for the future when that stuff went down. We'll get there. The other tag team champion, the Warden, also got 44 points and beat Breaker by a little better, 44-31.
Yeah, I think Warden messaged me and said he wanted Breaker. I think that's what it was. I told him I wasn't.
I think he said that.
Yeah, I said I wasn't sure if Breaker did Ring of Honor, but yep, Breaker sure did. It was just a good match. In the write-up, it was like a straight back and forth, like just a good, hard-hitting match. But what happened was at the end of the match is where it got crazy, and the Eloquent Enigmas came out and jumped the Warden, trying to soften him up before their tag team title match 2 nights later at TLC. So that's pretty much the storyline of what went down there. But Warden did get that win against Breaker, who made the surprise, run in on the War. That where he wasn't originally there. So.
And like I said, the Enigmas attacked. I didn't. I'm not part of the Enigmas.
Yeah.
So clearly, that's not a thing at all. I'm not part of that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, clearly not. But what I like is that both the Solution guys got 44 points.
They did. They got the same exact score, of
They would have
course.
had 88 points if it was a tag match, and they would have beaten the other tag teams.
44 of 40 or 46 was the high score.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Like they just had like one bonus wrong or something. Like, good lord, those guys.
I think it was the bonus that everyone got wrong. It was on the how many submissions would happen, and there were three.
Right.
Three on a Ring of Honor show was very surprising.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually happen.
I think I went 1 or 2 simply because like I saw something with the I Quit match, obviously, but I saw something else. I think.
Yeah, Woody, you forgot about that one, right? The I Quit, which most likely would win in submission. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it didn't help at all. It's like just 3.
Yeah.
Considering that Woody beat Nathan 8K 40-6 in a hardcore match.
Yeah, this is
next one up.
I looked and saw that you may have had a squash achievement in the past, but it wasn't on your profile and everything. So I was like, okay, well, you got it here for sure. So
Definitely,
whether or not you did or not, you definitely got it here. So you got a big win over Nathan 8K here in your hardcore match. Did it go as well as you thought it would go?
I thought I was gonna miss like 1 or 2, but I didn't miss any. So that hardcore stipulation didn't even come into play.
Yeah. And there was when it comes to the write-up, what was it that you wanted? I think you wanted Ash to come down and look like he was going to help, right? And then back out. Like, what was your thoughts on that?
My thoughts was there wasn't, besides like him taking the title, there wasn't really any story between me and Ash. So I thought this would be the last stop to really fully flesh out a story leading into the next night.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, and this was also a chance to try to, establish the Drifters, even though you kind of manhandled them. But hey, it was 40-6, so you had to look pretty fucking strong in this match. So
yeah,
that's what went down
that's
there.
something I wanted as well, just having both of the Drifters in the match because they're going to be going to that classic tag team classic.
Yeah, and
that's true.
Nathan messaged me earlier while I was doing the write-up and said he wanted both of them to come out in each other's match because if you go up and you read the write-up for the Real Deal match, he actually comes out in that match too and ends up not actually helping us. I don't know why. Honestly, he did this is what he told me exactly. He was like, we want each other to come out in each other's matches and cost us the match. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, okay.
I like that. That's cool. It's like, no, it didn't quite work. It backfired. A little bumbling in the heels. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, that's working with it. That's good.
That's what we went with. That's what he wanted, so that's what we went with. So we'll see where they go from here. But yeah.
Before we do the main event, I do have Red saying over here that Beer Me has 4 match of the nights.
Oh, okay.
Super has
Impressive.
5, and Redhead has the most with 6. Also, Woody,
Nice.
Vitamin said Woody never had squash until now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, he's
There you
got
go.
it
Thanks,
now.
Pat. You guys are on it. Appreciate that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Appreciate fact checking us. That's
Again,
great.
this is live. Thank you, all 12 of you. I think it is, or maybe 11.
I like
10. Hey, double digits. We're still good.
55.
But we have the main event. It's the Jobber Radio Prediction League Road Warrior Championship. The GMSG versus Spring Tigress. It was 42-34.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty excited that I was hoping for like a long time this match would actually happen once Spring Tigress won the right to get the title shot. And GMSG was still the champion.
This was set a while back, right?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Like,
no, she was. Spring Tigress was set to challenge for the title. Yes. The champion at the time was GMSG, but he had to go through several shows to defend the title, and he did all the way up until the very last show. He ended up losing at Survivor Series to the Finn, but that's when Finn told me, "Hey, I'm gonna drop the title. I'm gonna take a break from JRPL." So I was like, "Okay, well, shit. We're still gonna be able to get this match that I wanted. We're just gonna have Finn hand over the title at Final Battle and kind of relinquish it to whoever wins this match." So
therefore, it was never vacant.
Yeah, and storyline.
His way.
Yeah, and yeah, really, I loved it.
Yeah, no, the UFC's doing that now. It literally is like these two guys are fighting for the championship, which will take from the champion to give to you when you win. So it's like, oh, that's fine. So.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed how, like, Spring Tigress came to this match. She's got the hurt neck. It's been targeted for several shows now. GMSG just got hurt by the hammer from the Finn at Survivor Series. So that's something that GMSG wanted to focus on in the write-up was, hey, focus on how, she's got a hurt neck, I got a hurt head. Neither one of us are 100%. We're coming in here. We're both injured. And we're willing to fight it out, which I thought it was funny how they're both hurt. So is the Finn, but the Finn's like, nah, I'm not going to fight. I'm not. He's like, nope, they can fight. They're hurt. I'm not going to fight. I'm hurt. That was pretty funny to me. But it ended up, of course, if you read through the write-up, Hiroshi Moses came out, as he's been doing with Spring Tigress, and attacked GMSG. And, it was after the match, by the way. After the match, because GMSG went for his skull-crushing finale. Spring Tigress kind of looked over and just said, do it, because she knew she was beat. She knew she was hurt bad. GMSG planted her down, got the win. That's when Hito jumped in, hit him with the belt, and started attacking him. And, in that, as you can tell, is probably going to lead to a solid, hopefully, pretty big feud between GMSG and Hiroshi Moses. So we'll see where that goes from there.
Oh,
but
it's one of those glorious things you get with ready-made storyline just based on history having happened.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of that with the JRPL now and going into 2019. There's so much cool stuff just based on the history of just having had matches that there's backstory now. It's great. So when I see new people come in, it's exciting to be like, oh, what's going to happen? It's really, really cool.
Yep. So I think it was a good main event and good story to finish out a house show. So I liked it. But what did you guys think of the show overall? Oh, sorry, you got something to say?
I just want to say one last thing. It's interesting that GMSG, there's a level of he still kind of has to beat the Finn to make it really seem legit. Like because the Finn beat him, he couldn't beat the Finn.
That's true.
But maybe Finn has the match, he doesn't win the title, like it's a non-title match. Something, but it's still like there's a level of legitimacy that GMSG might want. Like I got to beat him to really make it legitimate.
We
like
got
some
that
weird lineage thing, right? So
we could have that waiting in the wings in the future whenever Finn comes back.
Yeah. But sorry, what you were gonna say?
Do what?
I thought you were gonna say something on it. Sorry, what were your thoughts on that for the main event and such?
I thought that I think that this whole feud's an interesting triangle, or maybe like a four-way if you kind of include Green. It just it's really interesting how it's like three on one. It's like is it just going to be Hero, or is it going to be more people? Like I hope it's just Hero. Like I'm just I love the inclusion of like the Hero character and the story and everything, and the match is great.
Well, I love the interaction of how things have progressed because it was part of the War with Survivor series that Bomber, you tried to hurt your opposing team by dirty deedsing her off the top rope.
Yeah.
But part of that why she had lost her way was from the triple threat first blood match where I broke Janice So there was it's just levels of crap
Spring
being
Tigers
piled
has
onto
been,
her.
Yeah, she's been getting shit on lately.
Yeah.
Plus,
but
she's got a hurt
all
neck. She's got a hurt neck. Too,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, my neck. But it just that's what I love about wrestling in general, where it's week to week it lives and changes. So it's been really, really fun seeing it happen here with this one.
Yeah.
If I had one takeaway from it, I would. I've been thinking this. I would say that I would kind of like an explanation from Hero, because it just this just seems out of the blue, out of nowhere.
Oh, about why he's protecting Spring Tigers?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, as we will talk
why
about,
does the guy have to explain why he's involved with a girl in ways that are weird and awkward? Why does anyone need to explain these things?
Well, we will kind of touch on that at the next show we're about to talk about, because he kind of I don't know.
Why is that a thing that people need to say?
Yeah, if
I
you
can't keep a straight face.
If you read I don't know if you got a chance to read the write up for his thing with Tigers at the next show, but we'll definitely get into more of that here in just a little bit. But congrats to GMS.
About myself. But anyway, we'll go to the next show here.
Congrats to GMSG though on winning the second his second Road Warrior title. So
we're into some interesting title history. We have 2-time champions and things happening now, and long reigns and stuff. So I mean, the longest reigns are there, and nothing can happen to that. So let's start with the Midnight Rider facing the Alpha Dog. So the two winners from the first show.
So we're going to TLC now,
matches. Right? Yeah, TLC. Forgive me. Okay. We have the two winners from the first two matches last night facing off tonight. And we have 69 points for the Midnight Rider and 57 for Alpha Dog. The highest available was 84.
Yeah, nobody got in the 80. I think the highest score of the entire night was 71.
Yeah. I didn't run through the achievements, by the way, for the last one. Please go read Bomber's write-up. It's in there.
There weren't many, actually. But
that's a way to cut through. There were 8, but this is the way to cut things down.
Sure.
But I will say the highest possible was 84. Vitamin Yes and Wookiee had duplicating content points, or confidence points.
Yep.
Affect their scores. And the Dark Rider was late. He got a -5.
Yep.
But yeah, so 69 to 57 for Midnight Rider versus Alpha Dog. Alpha Dog, as the video said, found not guilty, because the Midnight Rider is a crazy person who is posting weird stalker videos
about video his victims. Released. Yep, new video just released today. Midnight Rider did the same type of thing, just as he did with Buck N5. Beat the Alpha Dog, put the noose around his neck, was about to hang the guy, and then last minute loosened it up, pulled it off, not guilty, and went to the back. So we're gonna see. I guess he's on this hunt to find out who is guilty, or maybe he doesn't. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how he works. Well, maybe he doesn't know until the noose is around the person's neck. I have no idea.
It's like a Ghost Rider thing. It's like the penance stare is what I thought of. Yeah. But he said in the video that he had a list too. And I'm like, I know about having a list. It was the UVC, or the UVA. So that's a fun thing. I really I love gimmicks. Oh, that's so good. So that's a fun one. We have Alaska Brown. Actually, no, sorry, Woody. What's your thoughts on this continuing stuff with the Midnight Rider?
Midnight Rider?
Yeah, what? If you were facing him, the threat of being hung is there. That's got to be a thing going forward now, because this is what?
I think that threat would be there, and I think my character would just do some sneaky shit and probably have the other solution do some shit and just stay away from his fucking rope and shit.
Fair point. I like it.
Or just beat him. That might work too.
Or just beat him. Yeah, we don't know what happens.
Yeah, we don't know what happens. He's 2-0. We don't know.
Yeah, he might still attack and try to hang someone.
No, I would go for his mask. Find out who the fucker is.
That's true too. What if though? What if he loses? Therefore, you're guilty because you beat him. You're all innocent because he beat you. What if? That'd be a cool gimmick. I like that.
We'll have to wait and see.
That's cool too. Okay. So moving on, we have Alaska Brown defeating Sling Blade and CJ Blackthorn, 55 to 50 to 42. We have an early triple threat here.
Yeah, just 3 guys just looking for wins. That's pretty much it here. Kind of just thrown in there to see who get the wins. And the original, Alaska Brown, got the win, so congrats.
Yep. Now, I was going to ask earlier this time, were there any no-shows on this one? Any notables? I thought there was a notable one.
Yes, Tom. That made
that's right.
Yes, and that made me mad. But yes, Tom did no show. I don't know why. He was at the Ring of Honor show, but he wasn't in this one, and he's only missed 1 or 2 shows again, like most people. So I don't know, just happened to not show up, but
It happens. But
it
yeah.
does. It does. But
So Wrestling Ferrara defeated Accelerator 27, 69-54.
yeah, Wrestling Ferrari, he shows up most of the time. I don't know if he shows up for every single show, but when he does show up, he does good. So congrats on that win there. I don't have really too much there, but Accelerator 27, a former UV champion, he's just down in the dumps right now. He's got to crawl his way out.
He's super hippoing it.
Yeah, well, I don't. He wasn't definitely.
It's rough.
He wasn't on Super Hippo's level, but he did have some success.
He's in a slum. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, it's rough. Peanut is my bitch. 69 defeated LJ 62-54.
Yeah, one of the first shows from Peanut is my bitch in a while, so glad to see him hopping back in there.
The original main eventer, if I'm correct, as well.
That's
He and
true.
Peanut main evented the first show. Yeah.
If we're talking about Peanut is my bitch, we might as well talk about the new faction that he's in.
Yes, there was if you go check out the write-up, there is a little part where the Alpha Dog had something to say backstage, and he brought his friends with him, which happened to be Peanut is my bitch and Chappers, all luchadors, all masked luchadors. They look like they have a little trio that they could make an impact in JRPL here pretty soon. So we'll see where that goes.
Hermanos hasta la muerte.
Oh, hey, that was my
Brothers till
Google
death.
translation I was asking about earlier.
Is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds cool, even if it isn't. But no, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
brothers-
Hermanos hasta la muerte.
Brothers till death. I don't know if that's what happens when I went to Google Translate and typed that in. That's what popped up. What they said. I don't know if
Sounds
that's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully somebody that speaks Spanish doesn't come on here and be like, "You're a fucking idiot." That's never trust Google Translate. So
It is a bit risky to trust Google Translate.
Yeah.
We use it for French here and there with Quebec stuff, and it's not great. They get the idea. So with the forward thing, you're probably fine.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah. So we'll
All
see
right.
what those three can do.
I'm intrigued because that's interesting to see. Like Alpha Dog, who's a pretty new guy, with Peter's my bitch, one of the originals. Like what?
And
okay.
Chappers, who also is another new guy.
A new guy. Yeah. So I like the idea. It's like, is this Conan with LAX? What's going on here? It's kind of a fun thing. And that win helps definitely. However, Captain Charisma beat Chappers 67-60.
Yeah, Captain Charisma, like I said, he didn't show up to the Ring of Honor show, which he did tell me about, but he did show up here, and he even showed up in the chat on Discord during the show and was like, who's this jobber I'm facing? And he ended up, both of them scored really well and got the win.
So makes me think of Shawn Michaels during the one Survivor Series where he super kicked Mike Knox. He's like, was he in the match?
Yeah, like,
who
who's
was
that guy? Yeah.
Who's this? Like, I
Yeah.
could see that being this, like, who's this guy super kick? Was he in the match?
Yeah, but this was an opportunity for Chappers to take on a veteran, an original, and didn't quite come out on top, but put in a good effort against Captain Charisma. So good effort there,
was
but
close.
good win for Captain Charisma. So
We have a good win for Jack Caster beating Kyoko 64-63.
Oh, she was so mad last night because we had everybody over, the formerly team known as Daddy Kink, and Kyoko was here. We were all watching the pay-per-view, and, after each thing, I was giving them all the updates as we were going.
Because you were doing it live in the Discord. By the way, if you're watching the pay-per-views and Bombers on, he's posting scores as we go.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like, oh, God, the match is turning back and forth. It's
Yeah,
great.
Kyoko was in the lead. At one point, she was like one of the top scorers on the night, and then I don't know what happened, but she fell down, and the very last match, Jack Caster popped up and beat her by 1 point. She was devastated, but
Oh, God.
it happens, though. But yeah,
That's the fun of it,
she
though.
was
That's
so
the
excited
extra
because Asuka's like her favorite wrestler, like for real, and she picked Asuka to win and everything. So she got excited
nice.
that she got that part right, but she still ended up losing the match. So
It wasn't right enough.
yeah, yep. But she tried. It was close.
We have Orstella
Whoa,
defeating Kino 54-44.
guys, are you surprised by that or what? Huh? Or
I
Stella?
was very surprised.
I was too. I saw Orstella's name come into the like when the picks come in. I was like, oh wow, because if we went back, we talked about it on the last show. Orstella did not get banned from the JRPL. The two accounts that he had were banned. The other accounts, that is Jitter and Scampy Matt, but Orstella ended up blocking his team. Team No Chance. He blocked his team. He left the Discord chat. Everybody thought he was gone. Nope. Showed back up here and beat former world champion by 10 points. So.
Yep.
If you read the write-up, I put in there, like, Orstella showed back up for the first time, and he might be out for revenge against his former team. So who knows? We'll see if he's going to actually go after Team No Chance after kicking him out.
There's a smart level of we can book a good story with this now. Like there's a level of let's use this for our own good kind of thing. Like that's his gimmick is like I was on the outs, whatever, I don't care anymore. Like that's like Matt Hardy Ring of Honor way back when he was attacking Edge when he was fired. Like that's a good instant thing that we could maybe see happen with him on that. If he'd even be up for it, like I said, you literally can't touch base with him.
Yeah, I can't
But
get up with him.
He might be up for that. That could be a cool thing. What do you think about something like that, Woody? Like that's the natural kind of storytelling that you want to run with if you can, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if he's down for it, you gotta think of what he may or may not want. But if it's something that could really hold ground, then everyone should be for it.
Now, it's, I mean, you know,
The
if he
the
doesn't-
risky thing is maybe he doesn't come back. Like
Yeah.
you can't rely on it if you don't know.
That is, you know what, and I've learned to try to not put people in situations, not to book people in situations where they're going to no-show. I learned that from the goddamn war, so I won't be making a lot of those mistakes again. But, yeah, and we'll get to that again later on when we talk about Tom no-showing. But anyway.
Yeah. We have Brandon 23, I almost said 32, that's not the right number, defeating Luke Gray 63-58.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say here. Luke Gray still looking for his first win. He's very active in the Discord, so I'm hoping he gets his first win soon. Went up against Brandon 23. I almost said 26. Jesus.
I don't, yeah, what's going on with that? I don't get
know.
it.
I can't say his number
What
either.
number is he?
Yeah, Brandon 23, who has not had a lot of success himself, so good to, for him to get a win here against the other newcomers. So we'll see. Just two new guys trying to bang it out. And you know what? I like how GMSG posted in the Discord chat where one's Shane McMahon, the other one is some guy. I don't even know his name. I forgot. Some guy from Lucha Underground. Their pick bases.
Looks like Angelico, maybe.
Okay. Well, there you go.
The guy who jumped off the stage into the ring.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I don't really watch Lucha, but anyway. They said Brandon 23's Shane McMahon looks like he was taking on his angsty son Luke Gray by the pick bases, and that was dead on. It looks hilarious to me. So that was a lot
pretty
of fun.
great.
Yeah.
Now, for the record, guys, I do see there's a bunch of questions coming up in chat. We'll come to those after. We're going to finish the card.
Yeah.
Just to keep the flow going on it. So just so you guys know, keep putting the questions in there, guys. But we're going to keep going through.
Yeah.
Woody, any comments on the guy versus his emo son? Sorry, I can't not now.
Yeah. That's funny.
It just sounds like some daddy issues for that match.
Oh,
be,
hey,
could
speaking
be.
of daddy issues.
That's their tag. That should be their tag team name, Daddy Issues.
Nice.
But we have Daddy Kink Exploded. We have one half losing to Otis. Otis defeated Kev 57-52.
Yeah, not really great scores here, but glad to see Otis is sticking with it, man. He's another one of the guys that he does struggle quite a bit, but he sticks with it. And look at this, comes out with a win here. Exo Kev, he was pretty pissed off last night as well that he got a loss, but I mean, you probably should have put so many points on Bobby Lashley. That's all I'm saying. So, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, just a good win for Otis here.
We have the debut of two new teams. I remember you being excited about this. I love it.
I was, and then I was almost mad.
I love the tag team names as well. I know you're big on team names. Bomber and I got into an argument in Discord about the Super Hippo and Cam or Stim Carlito need a team. I'm like, no, they're like Edge and Christian. You don't need it.
Yeah.
But we have the Age of Annihilation.
Yep.
Jace Villain 13 and the Dark Rider versus the 10-ton team. Daddy Fat Sack and Dave Smells My Fart.
Yeah.
121 to 105.
I have been actually, well, first of all, I just want to say Jace hit me up and he said that him and Dark Rider, they're going to form a team. So they formed their team on their own and they called their team Age of Annihilation. That's all them. They did all that.
I love it.
I put together the 10-ton team because since they debuted, I'm like, these guys should be a tag team. I don't know why. I just looking at their pick bases, one's Viscera, one's Tugboat. And I just ran it. I'm like, they got to have some kind of name. I just came up with a 10-ton team. It seems like it sounds fun. And I liked it a lot, so I went with it. I hope those guys are good for it. I haven't heard anything from them, but I hope they liked it and hope they can have some success in the future. But I like it.
That's how you put Lee and I together. He was like, "Hey, you guys need to team up."
Yeah, there's a couple teams that have been thrown together. Woody, you put together CM Carlito and Super Hippo and a couple other guys.
Yeah,
We did. Yeah.
So what do you think? Could these guys take out the tag champs? Either of these in the future? Do you see any potential with these guys? I mean, 121's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
121 was a good score. And keep in mind, like I said, this match almost didn't happen because after it was booked, I noticed at the deadline, Dark Rider didn't put in his picks. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I just announced.
Won.
Yeah, and he won with a 5-point penalty. I mean, they would have won either way, even if they would have had it. But
it did seem like he wasn't aware of the deadline. Say, I'm about to put mine in. You're like, the deadline happened. What's going on?
Yeah.
So new people, please, so you understand, put your picks in on time or way early as well. Like, make sure you get them in because there are penalties for being late or outright no shows if you're late. So
yeah, I think we've maybe seen somebody lose because of a penalty before. I'm not sure, but
we have definitely.
Just try to make sure you watch the deadline. I get it on Twitter and everybody's talking about it in Discord and stuff. Everybody will confirm it and stuff. So. Just make sure you hit those deadlines.
Keep up with it. Make sure you do it.
But these debuts almost didn't happen because Jace didn't have his partner almost. But I'm glad it did. Glad the match took off good. Hopefully both these teams have a lot of success. So we'll see what happens.
Next up, we have Adanex defeating Fart Bucket, 49-38. Everybody's got to face Fart Bucket.
Yeah, this is just giving Adanex, kind of a get rid of your ring rust match, I guess you can say. I don't know.
Yep.
This is his first match back from his hiatus that he had.
A long
hiatus. Injury, I should say, that he had at the hands of John. Yeah. But, yeah, pretty much that's all it was just getting back in the ring here against Fart Bucket.
And then we don't need to talk about this match. Peanut beat me 63-60.
Yeah, hey, Peanut beat me too. Okay, so I can't make fun of you. I cannot make fun of you.
Peanut picked Mojo Rawley at the one. You can never tell with Peanut. It's a weird one. So for me, it's frustrating because I finally got a win. I beat CT Martin by a point after thinking I'd lost for 2 days, and then maybe I can turn this around. Here we go, and then I lose on the kickoff of a WWE show. Damn it! It's like, God, fuck.
The Peanut of all people.
Well,
I don't mind losing to Peanut. It's the fact that I lost, and it should be almost like a gimme because he doesn't watch it. He doesn't really know. He watches like YouTube like maybe once a month. He doesn't follow it, and he still thinks better than I did. Fuck.
I mean, you never know when shady stuff goes on shows. I mean, I don't think really that much went on at TLC. That was like
there was no weird booking. I just got stuff wrong. I put everything on Charlotte. That was my one thing. People were like, oh God, you're bidding everything? Yes, I've always gotten it wrong. I'm going to go with her for once. I should have picked Asuka. I should have fucking picked Asuka. Yeah. If I did, I would have won. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's all it was there. So.
But hey, look at Peanut getting a win. He's not
Woody.
He's not the worst yet.
Have you beaten Peanut?
I have. Money in the Bank qualifying match.
Who is the only? I know you're trying to get that Jobber Radio achievement. Who's the only person you haven't beat?
Matt and
Rab. Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Well,
they're a team too, right?
They are a team. Yeah.
Yep.
Whenever they both show up, let's point that out. Whenever they both show up, they'll be a team.
Would Woody have to go into a tag match to potentially even get that right now?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's no telling, but with him being in the main event, I will say this: with him being like in the main event scene and them being in the kickoff scene, that's gonna be pretty difficult. But
that's true. That's true.
But you never know. I mean, stuff like house show. That's what house shows are for. House shows,
That's true.
That's what those matches are for.
That's like the Crusade. I'm still on the game match of the night that eludes me so. Like, my opponents always get it after I'm there. It's pissed me off.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just funny. Breaker rebounds with the win over Voodoo Dreamer, 60-50.
Yeah, just, nothing too crazy about this match. Just two guys trying to get some wins here. Like you said, Breaker did have a lot of success over the Survivor Series weekend, but after that loss to the Warden, he's trying to get a win here, and he did. So, good job there.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about any write-up for my match. There's another write-up. We'll get to that. So, Cade Gailey beat Modstep.
See what I was saying?
62-57.
See what I was saying?
What?
Cade Gailey, man. I'm telling you. Cade Gailey, he's doing good. He just got this is probably his biggest win of his career so far. If maybe not, maybe like one of his biggest, but huge win here over Modstep. upper card or main eventer type guy who, sometimes you're going to find those guys on the undercard. That's what happens when there were 65 people that showed up for this show and only 10 matches make the main card. So sometimes you're going to get your big names down the bottom of the kickoff. So.
And that's like an elevation match to make it better, is what that kind of turns into. It's like, oh, he stole the win kind of thing, is what that kind of can end up as.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that one, Woody? Like, that's Mod Step. That's what?
It's a good upset. It's a good upset.
I didn't see Gailey being Mod-Step at all, because Mod-Step's been on that rule just like ever since coming back.
He has been good. He's been really good.
God, if Mod-Step was Road Warrior champion, Kate Gailey would have won it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of things we need to think of when that kind of stuff comes up. So, yeah. We have Bastion, that bastard. I never will not dislike him. Your boy. Versus Camicat. Bit of a rebound score-wise, but still, Camicat lost. It was 54-41.
Yeah, Camicat, did better here than she did at Ring of Honor. Again, this was a throw-together match last minute because Bastion was supposed to be an attack match, but I had to throw him in a random other match, and as I was looking through, I was like, who has any face to look at his profile? And he never fought Camicat, so I said, hey, why not have, these two guys face each other? They've been around for a while, so... just threw him in a match. Wasn't featured or anything. I'm waiting for Camicat to get that momentum success before she gets featured again. So we'll see what goes on in the future for her. But just a solid win for Bastion, I guess here. Sucks that he got a big match taken away from him, but we'll blame that on Tom again. Goddamn Tom.
Now we have a couple triple threats. We have Lily Pilly defeating Baron Ash and CM Carlito.
Yep.
71-70 to 58.
Yeah, two 70s in that triple threat there.
The only ones we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah, it is. You know what? Let's talk about both of these matches together because they're both kind of conjoined.
The other one is Broken Nerd defeating Buckend 5 and Super Hippo 66-59 to 55. For the record, CM Carlito was the lowest score of the prior match. He and Super Hippo did pretty bad. They both had the lowest scores in their matches.
They both had low scores in each of the triple threats.
That was not good.
This was featuring three of the teams that's going to be the Tag Team Championship Classic coming up. So I said, you know what? Instead of putting them all against each other in tag team matches, let's just see how they do on their own against each other. So that's basically the thought process of both of these matches, and that's what actually main evented the kickoff show. So, there was no real stories going on. It's just trying to get momentum going into the Tag Team Championship Classic. And Lily Pilly got a monster number with 71, so big score there.
And won it by 1 point.
Yeah, 1 point. Baron Ash and Broken Nerd both did very good, but Lily Pilly just did a little bit better to get the win over Baron Ash. So congrats to her. She's been doing really good lately, by the way. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but Lily Pilly's been sneaking under the radar as well. So
now,
just heads up on that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Lily is still one of the Money in the Bank holders, right? For the tag title?
Mm-hmm. Yep, her and Buckend 5 still hold the Tag Team Money in the Bank. It's good.
Like that, you wonder, right? Like, oh, God.
Yeah, I don't think they would have won with 71 plus 59. I don't think that would have done it, but you never know.
No, but
you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Well, because there's a bonus for cashing in, right, Woody? You can verify that.
Yeah, you get 10 bonus points,
Exactly, yeah. So maybe that's enough to push, it's risky. It's risky.
But either way, Lily's been doing really good lately. Buckend 5 struggling a little bit, but they've had success in the past, so we'll see if they can get back on track. And they have until next Money in the Bank to cash in, so they still got a while. So we don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
I love little matches like that, though. How they tie into other matches.
That's my favorite kind of stuff. Yeah, because you get so much all that storyline that can come into that where things haven't been connecting at all suddenly do, and then what happens from that. It's a lot of fun stuff.
And you know what? Both of those guys got achievements for winning their first triple threat. I didn't know that they haven't had a win for triple threat before this, but
nice.
They both unlocked it. So congrats to Broken Nerd and Lily Pilly.
Now we have the Drifters. They get their win. Nathan 8K and Real Deal JRH. I was at JHR. It's JRH defeating Matt Zion and Rab 131 to 117. They are on their way to that achievement.
Yeah, this was their debut as a tag team. So we actually had 3 tag teams debut on this show. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Drifters got their first win over Matt Zion and Rab. Pretty good victory, too, 131. They would have beat both of the teams in the earlier tag team match we talked about. So they both put up good numbers there and beat Matt and Rab, who are almost like I think of them almost as the gatekeepers of the tag division. Like, that's like as soon as you become a team, usually face these guys. So, yeah, so congrats to the Drifters getting their first win. What do you guys think of the Drifters, by the way? Somebody who, man, I think it was C.T. Martin that came up with a name like the Drifters or said something about the...
Something Drifters. You're like, oh, this the Drifters is
and we
all
just
you
cut
need.
it down to Drifters, yeah. But what do you guys think of Nathan and Real Deal as a team? You guys like them, dislike them?
I like it.
Yeah. It feels really natural.
Yeah,
and it does, yeah.
Then they're friends. I don't know if it's real life friends, but they're definitely friends over the internet. So, I mean, hopefully that'll help them out as a team too to talk it out. Hopefully. So, but yeah.
Do Matt and Rab have the worst record as a tag team?
I hope so. I mean, I don't think anybody has a worse team record than them. I know
no team that has lost this much has stayed together.
Yeah, and they're so easy because neither one knows what goes on in the JRPL. I mean, it's so easy as a team to put them together. They're like the carefree, hey, we'll show up and job out. Yeah, we'll do this.
Yep, pay me, exactly.
Yeah, but Rab, now, I went and looked at the records because I've been working on, by the way, we'll talk about this at some point in the future. I don't know when, but the Jobbies coming up. Rab has actually had a lot of success this year. Just whenever he tags with Matt Zion, not so much. But, not saying he's holding him down. Rab, I think, holding himself down by hardly showing up. But I will say he definitely doesn't show up enough to get a push because he'll no-show in a heartbeat. But he does do very good when he's on his own. I will point that out. He does do good when he's on his own. Matt Zion, not so much. But Rab, he actually does pretty good on his own.
Next up, we have Cam Cobblestone defeating Chut Chut. Yay. 67-48. That makes me happy.
Big win for Cam, too.
God, I look at the score. If I faced Chut Chut, I would have beat him.
Yeah, Chut Chut actually did have a pretty bad night. When we were talking out our picks, we kind of missed some, moment. We really thought AJ was going to get a win through DQ and stuff like that. And,
a lot of people were thinking that,
Yeah, and they ended up going. See, we talked about it. I thought it was possible, but I played it safe. I still went with Daniel Bryan, but him and Bastion both actually went with AJ, and it cost them quite a bit here, along with a couple other things. But Cam Cobblestone just put in a really good showing, 67 points, really good. They were supposed to face. I'm sorry, they were supposed to face each other in the tag team match, and since it got broke up, I was like, well, let's just have these guys just go one-on-one. Yep. And it still feeds into the story that's been being told with Cam Cobblestone going against, Bomber, the UVC, all that. So it still worked out storyline-wise, yeah.
He's kind of picked up where I left off, and he's getting it done. I like that.
And you know what? I pointed out in the write-up, because there wasn't a write-up for the actual match, but there was a backstage segment for Cam Cobblestone where he actually hinted at something right at the very end of that, which could, it could mean something. It could not. We don't know. It's kind of, mysterious. But he pointed out that he's beat Bastion one-on-one. He's beat Jut Jut now one-on-one, but he hasn't beat Bomber yet one-on-one. So he's going to be looking for that coming up. So we can say he's beat all 3 of the UVC one-on-one. But
no, I love it.
I don't think it's going to happen personally. But
wow.
Anyway.
Man, who can say?
Building for multiple shows.
As far as I'm concerned,
for a long time, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, beating you guys is a nearly insurmountable task.
It is.
I've never beaten you, Bomber. I don't think in any match that we've had.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe one day.
I don't think I have. Yeah, no, I want it. Now, there's a fun question about beating us to get that achievement. Can we get that achievement?
Yes. Yeah. You just have to beat everyone, obviously besides yourself.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I can get it if I beat all you guys. You can get it if you beat all the rest of us.
None of us have gotten it yet, ever?
Nobody has got the achievement yet. So
Okay, good.
It's hard because Peanut, Matt Zion, and Rab don't show up to every show. And Lee's dead, so I guess with Lee being dead, we might have to eliminate him off of the list.
Yeah, if you had it before, you have the legacy achievement. There's
Yeah.
a different
But
one or
nobody's
something.
had
I don't
it,
know
so
what you do.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. No,
Should
nobody
have a
has
Would
that
You
yet.
Talk. If you can beat the three of us, you get a different achievement.
Yeah.
I lost my place. There we go. Redhead defeated Spring Tigress. That's a return of a blood feud. 60-53, and I didn't even mean that pun when
Yeah.
I said blood feud.
So, what happened here that is the beginning of something that took place throughout this show. You're going to see throughout this show that Hiroshi Moses kind of butted his nose into several things that went on with the awesome hooded motherfuckers. This was the first one of the night where he actually cost Spring Tigress the match by attacking Redhead after.
Yeah.
There were so many things that went on here. Like Redhead got stabbed. I mean, it got really brutal really quick. There's a lot of blood. Go read the write up. It's crazy. But storyline wise,
the power of the maple leaf saw her through it.
yeah, she saw. Yeah, there was so many things that went on.
I didn't know about
the show.
that part until after. I'm like, that's great. I love it. Using the thing for the thing. It's so good.
So one of the big things with Hito that happened here was he came in, attacked Red because Red was, potentially going to hurt Spring Tigress seriously because Spring Tigress already been hurt. She came into this match still with a hurt neck. Still, she hasn't really had time to recover. So as we talked about earlier, she keeps getting shit on. But came out, attacked Redhead, gave Redhead the win via DQ. No real finish to the match. Spring Tigress actually slapped him, and then he got ran off by Redhead. So a really weird. That's the first time we ever seen anything. Spring Tigress kind of bounce back against Hito. So we'll see where that goes, in the future. But this was the first appearance from Hito of the night, and it just will get going from there as we go. We'll talk about it more when we get there. But yeah.
What do you feel about that stuff, Woody?
I think I've said before that I really like Hero's character right now, and I like how he's in all the, if not all the AHMS stuff. But I was kind of iffy on the Red's character at first, but now like seeing all this, like I'm all board 100%.
You saw the other stuff that came up. We're gonna get to it, but yeah, I like the layer. Like you're not quite sure what's happening, but when you see later stuff, okay, yeah. So let's talk about the continuing escalation and elevation of Dr. Tommy Oliver as he beat 3J Platinum 65-58.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on? Remember when his gimmick was going to be "I'm Jobber"?
Yeah, I think he came up with that after he lost his first couple of matches, and then now
he ended up being too good for his own good.
Let me load his profile up real quick. Let me look at this. Okay, this marks his. Holy shit! Hold on, I haven't updated since then, but this might be his 6th straight win.
Gosh.
I don't know if that. Let me keep talking a little bit. Let me look into that.
Okay.
But I know at least here. Hold on. Yeah, keep going.
Well, I love the fact that he had this gimmick. I'll be the jobber. I'll lose to everybody. But he couldn't. It's not like he was throwing it away or doing silly stuff like Fart Bucket where he just picks linear. But it was just kind of picking like I'll be the jobber. But then he started to win. But he's used that for his character of like maybe I am good. Maybe I can beat everything. Maybe I am the solution. And I love him doing that bit as well. What do you think of him with that stuff? Like, we talked a little bit about it before, but as we wait for Bomber to do his research, that's pretty great, right? Like, that's organic evolution of a character over, 10 shows?
Yeah, it is. It really helps you get over, and I think the last time I remember something like this is when Bucket just kept losing and losing and losing, and then it was just like that little organic thing of like. What was I thinking?
Well, that's suddenly Bucket won. That organic, amazing moment that changed the world. It was like, it was a shocking thing. It was a Barry Horowitz moment for those who might remember that stuff.
Here you go. Okay, so
we stalled long enough. Good.
So So Dr. Tommy Oliver lost to Fart Bucket at Bound for Glory. That's probably where he's made the comment that he's going to just be a jobber.
Because he knew who Fart Bucket was, we made sure.
After Bound for Glory, he beat Hiroshi Moses at Evolution. Big name. He beat Wookie at Crown Jewel.
Big veteran,
Yeah. He then beat Cade Gailey, who we were talking about earlier, at NXT War Games, TakeOver War Games. He then beat Buck N5 and Jack Caster in a triple threat match. And then he avenged his loss at Final Battle against Fart Bucket. And then he won here again against 3J Platinum. So, yes, that is six straight wins for Dr. Tommy Oliver right now at this point in time.
So it almost seems like he's getting the wins at just the right moment, because everybody you mentioned have gone on to have great runs or have had great runs. So it's like this, like the doctor is picking with precision as to when to face these opponents at their potential weakest before they ascend, and it's still worthy that you beat them. It's an interesting.
Yeah.
It's like he had nothing to do with that, but it's kind of a cool thing that's ended up happening. I really like that. That's really cool.
So that is a big turnaround for him. Who knows? That could maybe potentially throw him in the running. I didn't think about him as a contender for, comeback kid. He hasn't really been here that long, so I can see some people maybe not going for that jobby, voting for him. But he did start off pretty bad, and he's won 6 straight, so maybe that could potentially put him in that category. We'll see.
He might be a bit late in the year for Rookie of the Year, but
I don't know.
I don't know. Like this is the last show, so that's it. But has anybody else had a better rookie year?
I actually have. I have the nominees.
You have it in mind,
I have the nominees for the Rookie of the Year already.
We'll get to that then.
Yeah, we might talk about that later. But I will say that really strong ending for Dr. Tommy Oliver for the end of 2018. So good shit there. Good stuff.
Good turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have Cross defeating Vitamin Yes, 50-45.
Interesting here. You know what sucks? Vitamin Yes had duplicating confidence points, guys.
And they were high, weren't they?
Well, nope. Do you know what the double confident point was? 5. I don't remember. He's probably in the chat, so he'll probably let me know if he would have got that match right or wrong. I don't remember that. But I remember the duplicate was 5. So either way, he may have cost himself a match. Not sure. But either way, he did fall to Cross, who's trying to rebound after holding the Road Warrior title, holding the UV title. And did he hold the? Yeah, he did hold the UV.
He had it for only half a day.
He had it for 1 day. Yeah, he had it for 1 day.
It was
top block. It was top block title.
Didn't he have like 2 reigns and they were a day each?
Yes. Yeah. But
okay. He picked Ambrose. He would have tied.
Oh, he would have tied. Okay, well there you go. So he did unfortunately cost himself. That goes to show you guys, you got to double check. And I know it's hard with these fucking WWE 12 matches, 13 matches. WrestleMania is probably going to be 20 matches this year. Who knows? I know that's hard, and you just have to just double, maybe triple, quadruple check your picks whenever you submit them. So
he did just post on the bright side, I stay in the no ties club.
There you go. Whatever it takes to avoid a tie.
Yeah. By the way, also GMSG did say Road Warrior title shot at next UK or NXT UK for Dr. Oliver. So
possible. It is possible.
If he wins all the way through, I agree with that. I like that idea.
It is definitely possible.
Now, we're coming up on GMSG, so we'll get there in a second, but we got to talk about Green Machine and Hiroshin Moses, 64-48.
Yeah. So this was actually Hiro's the actual match here, so it made sense for him to come out. Obviously, he got ran off by Redhead earlier in the night. He comes out, he cuts a promo, and this by the way, Woody, when you're talking about how we want to hear some reasoning behind why Hito is, being so weird, so awkward with Spring Tigress. This kind of, I think, explains some of it. He goes on, like I remember I put in there where he refers to Spring Tigress as it's his Spring Tigress, and almost like she belongs to him. And he says that as of this moment, Spring Tigress is no longer a part of the awesome hooded motherfuckers because he can't allow her to be in that kind of toxic environment and stuff. And he doesn't want her to be around bad people like the awesome hooded motherfuckers, so they can't hurt her. And he even said on the mic before the match started that right now she's locked up in the back in a closet where nobody can get it. Hito is going off the deep end. Yeah,
it's like crazy old school Macho Man with Liz.
Kind of, yeah.
But for real on camera kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's like that. basically the way he's being developed is he's turned into this super overbear, like, that's the super protective boyfriend. Not saying that they're together or whatever, but he thinks he's almost seen it as if he is Spring Tigress's boyfriend and that he is being super protective of her and like to the 10 out of 10 crazy scale.
It started where he's like the noble one trying to save her, and like no one's protecting her. And God, you guys what are you doing? What's wrong? And I'm telling you it's wrong. And he was correct about all this.
What you
and then suddenly it's like he's not stopping and it's escalating.
What you think I've been doing? I've been trying to slowly build it up.
See, right. So remember when you're like, oh, that stuff that you're writing is kind of weird. It's a plan. It's a plan. I got steps too. You're on board. It's all good.
So that's kind of what.
But I don't need to explain anything. It's fine.
So that's kind of
what
I love it.
It's almost like Hero's angle stuff is more important than his match.
Yeah, basically because this match turned into another no finish because Green Machine came out and started choking him out, saying release her, let her go, and he kicked him in the nuts. He kneed him in the nuts. Ref, couldn't see it from the angle he was at, and then Hito took off to the back and got counted out. So the second match he was involved in, and it ended with a no finish. It just there was a count out, no pin submission, whatever. So he weaseled his way out of the match. So that's what happened his second time out in the arena that night. So yeah, basically Hito's, like you just said, story is kind of outweighing his matches at this point in time.
Yeah, but even the matches are feeding the story. Yeah, kind of thing as well. Yeah.
But that's
what do you think of all that? What are you getting some answers on that?
Yeah, because you were wondering. So how do you think now that you're seeing more of some behind, like why he's doing things?
I understand, and then there's a little part of me that wants to think that this was a little bit of a because of like what happened in Japanese about how Nii just like turned on him and all that shit, and then Hero knows that pain and all that shit, if that makes sense.
That's right, because you got to remember with the Bionic Knee and Hito storyline, Hito is more of he's more of an older type. He was the mentor out of those two, basically, in that story. Mm-hmm. And maybe we're just finding out that Hilo's a fucking senile old man. Like maybe that's what's like. Maybe because remember he attacked Bionic Knee like you were just talking about, and trying to show him that this is how he cares, but maybe he's just fucking crazy. There's no, I don't know.
Could be. I mean, it could be a crazy person. That's a possibility.
Hey, it's wrestling, so crazy people do crazy things.
Yeah. Next up, not saying he's crazy, but we're moving into the GMSG, defending the Road Warrior title against Wookiee, 64-48.
Yeah. So this led straight again. I know we just talked about Hito, but this led straight into Hito again. Right at the very start of the match, he comes out and attacks GMSG and gives GMSG the win via DQ. So the story that I want to do for this match with the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers, I wanted each one of them, GMSG, Green Machine, Spring Tigress, all to have matches, and none of them end in, a normal, like, pinfall submission, all because of Hito. Like, he's basically screwing up all of their matches, all of their plans because of how crazy he is. I know this is, like, kind of making everything revolve around him, and I don't know if that's too much, but this is basically going to be turned into, as you see, Hito is just almost out to destroy the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers without maybe even knowing it. So, yeah. So Wookiee actually, whenever he did attack GMSG, obviously that makes Wookiee mad. Wookiee went and started attacking Hito, obviously, after the match. And I believe that probably will lead to a match between the two at Homecoming. Hito versus Wookiee, by the way. So just heads up on that. I haven't booked that yet, but that was my plan.
That makes sense. The sound of that.
Yeah.
And we need to talk again that here we go. GMSG retaining the Road Warrior title.
Yeah, this is his first
here we go again.
Successful title defense in his second run, so good job there. Yeah, big win too. 64-48. Big win.
Now, speaking of titles, we have the Top Block Championship. JD losing to Banksy.
Yeah.
76 for Banksy, 64 for JD.
Yeah. What do you? I want to hear what you guys think about this. I think it's an upset. Would you guys consider this an
It's
upset?
the year of Banksy,
Oh,
and he
God.
made it on the last possible show. I freaking love that. He started with the Rumble win, and he ends it with a title. Like there's a weird heel level of like, I told you, I did. Like I could easily see that. I love that.
But see, I don't think that just showed me that you haven't it's fine that you haven't read the write up yet. But
No, I haven't. I didn't read it all. Forgive me. No, I haven't. Full
Perfect.
I haven't,
Okay.
I haven't read it all yet.
well,
I literally was hoarding stuff. Forgive me. So,
Banksy.
please
no,
go.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Sorry.
Banksy turned face in this match, basically from yeah.
I'm even more excited now. Yeah.
From JD, there was a backstage segment where Banksy said, "Look, this is my last chance. I'm giving him my all. I'm doing everything I can. This is my last chance at the year of Banksy." And he messaged me. He wanted all this stuff included in the show. So this is all his stuff. And he wanted to get pretty much destroyed against JD in the match, like where it looks like no matter what, JD is going to win. Banksy can't come back, but he just keeps fighting and keeps fighting and won't give up because
Like a Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles kind of situation, or like Danny Bryan. It's like, there's no way this man who's broken can win.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe he will.
Yeah, kind of. Every time he gets beat down, he fights back up because he's so determined to finally, achieve that title win or glory since he's missed 4 title opportunities already this year since claiming the year of Banksy. So
main event of WrestleMania, not main event, but sorry, world title of WrestleMania slipped through his fingers.
Yep. So basically the story here was JD kind of bullied. Like, he showed up in the backstage segment real quick and said, yeah, you didn't do it then, you're not going to do it now, blah, blah, blah. And during the match, he kept, knocking him down and trash talking him. And that actually started getting the crowd, as you read the write-up, you'll see this stuff. But the crowd kind of came in and started backing Banksy. And by the end of the match, they were all cheering for Banksy. They all wanted to see him achieve the year of Banksy, and he finally did. And everybody went crazy, apeshit crazy, celebrated, and
that's even better.
So
I love that even more.
He basically turned
my
face.
Idea.
He basically turned face.
What do you think on that, Woody?
Well, kind of going to WWE. This whole thing just smells and just reminds me of last night when spoilers when Asuka won. How last year she won the Rumble, but then lost at Mania.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And
oh my God!
Wow. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it's great, and it's a feel-good moment, and I like it. I like that he turned face.
It feels like it was planned all along.
Oh,
it wasn't.
man.
None of it is.
If I was that,
but it has that perfect oh my God, look at it.
If only I was that good.
Like you can sit back and be like, yeah, we told that story good.
Yeah.
It's what it would feel like if you were writing it. Yeah,
it happened.
That's sweet. Also, seeing the two avatars, I really want to see The Rock face Samoa Joe now.
Oh yeah, that would be
cool
funny.
As
Yeah.
hell. I would like that match.
That would be funny.
Hey, Bomber.
Yeah.
You had an ultraviolet championship match. The called shot at opportunity #1 death match. Bomber beats TB666 17 to -22.
Yeah, I'm taking a big hit in the overall, point standings, the record board or whatnot, because everybody's up in the 60s, the 50s, some people in the 70s, and I came in with a 17, death matches. You gotta love death matches. Negative double.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
I can't help myself.
I'm sorry. I say I took a hit. TB66 also took a hit with -22, but I was shocked. I assume everybody was probably shocked when, with the one match he gets to pick, it could have been against anybody else, any title, anything he wanted, and he picked against me in a death match, all his call for my title. So, I mean, obviously, me and him do have beef on the Discord. I'm not going to lie about it. Me and him, we don't get along. We really don't like each other. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
But you'll work together.
Yeah, but we'll go in here and I'll put him down in the dirt and and I'll defend my title. Oh, that's a little kayfabe a little bit in there, but yeah, no, I was surprised. Were you guys surprised that he picked, of all the matches he could pick, against me?
Bomber, Woody, I'll let you go first.
I mean, I'm a little bit of me is not surprised, but I'm surprised he didn't pick a world title. But seeing that he picked you for the title, this title, I'm not at all surprised that he'd go down that route. Not one bit.
Yeah.
You remember what my match idea was? I'm surprised. Of course I am. It's a called shot at opportunity. I gimmick it, but I'll say it for reals too. Like that, you could have done anything. I love the fact that he did because it furthers the bad blood of it. Like, I will face you for this. I don't care. I like that.
Even when he was on my side too.
Yes, that's what I really like about it. It's like, I can do whatever I want. I want you, fucker. Like, that was that's good. I like that a lot. But it's a called shot. You could have had anything.
Yeah. And that's why there was a news article that went up a little while before TLC where I had to like kind of make sense of why one of my allies on the Ultraviolet Alliance would be fighting, challenging me. So I kind of went in there, and you need to go check it out. I made my first little GIF. That's the first GIF I ever made.
I was a Bomber learned gifts.
Yeah, yeah. So I put that on the site. But basically, I went back because he's AJ Styles. I'm Dean Ambrose, pick bases. So I was like, I know stuff that went down between those two. And I went back and searched for videos and stuff that they've been in. And basically, he kicked Dean Ambrose or Bomber in the nuts and called for his one opportunity match, the ultimate opportunity. Is that what you called it? What was it called?
The called shot at Immortality.
At Immortality, there you go. And he went straight for me. So it made for a quick little story. We'll see if anything comes from it. Who knows if it will? Who knows if it won't? We'll see.
It honestly, I hope, turns into something more. Like, okay, so the shot is gone. Use that. That is so good. That's... trust me, I spun losing the Canadian title into the coolest thing that I've done. And so I hope that he can do something cool with that. I hope that works.
In the write-up, I didn't quite have him injured, but I had him take a really nasty... we ended up fighting out onto the entrance ramp and scaled up onto the, the entranceway a little bit. And, at TLC, they have, the set with all kinds of tables, ladders, and chairs and everything all around the entranceway. Well, I hit the Dirty Deeds off of the little entranceway up off one of the steel beams through 4 tables stacked up on top of each other. And unfortunately, one of the, chunks of table got stuck into his calf. And they had to quickly cart him out of the arena. So, he got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, I just keep thinking back to when AJ's tights got ripped in that one TLC match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Basically, it's like
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But, so there you go.
So that was a championship being retained.
Yeah.
Yep.
The next one...
That's it for tonight.
So
thank you all.
We have
the end of the show.
We have the beginning of the end of an era. The Jobber Radio Prediction League Tag Team Championship, the longest reigning champions in their second reign, which itself is longer than any other reign. Fear Me Jesus and the Warden of the Solution have lost to the eloquent Enigmas, Jonathan C.T. Martin, who I tapped out 2 days ago, and Junction. I need to say that for the record.
Yeah.
By 1 point. 142 to 122.
So I just want to,
We have new tag team champions.
I just want to, historical reign out of the Solution. I just want to throw some numbers out there for you. They beat the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers at Fastlane 2018, which was in March. All the way back in March when they won those tag team titles. That was the 24th show of the JRPL. This show was 47. So, just want to point that out. That's how long that they have been the tag team champions. I don't know if we'll ever get a reign this long again. If we do, crazy stuff. But that is a feat in itself. And, as much as, obviously we, give each other hell and stuff, that is pretty impressive. And I want to say kudos to both Warden and Beer Me Jesus. Who knows if it'll ever be topped. I can't see it happen anytime soon. But, yeah, big time in history for those two guys. So congrats, first of all, before we talk about how they fucking got beat at TLC. So, Woody, I know it was tough. We'll get to how tough it got by the end of the night. But at this point, what are you feeling with your boys finally losing their tag team titles here?
Oh, I love my boys, and their reign was just it was just great, and we loved every minute of it, but we kind of have to look forward. We have to look forward now, not look back, and just decide on what we're going to do now, because there's a lot of opportunities of what we could do and what we're going to do.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I know there's been talks forever. Warden's been wanting to, obviously he likes being a tag team champion, but he wants those other opportunities out there. Beer Me Jesus hasn't really been as vocal about it, but he may be thinking the same thing. Who knows? We'll see in the future. But I assume Warden is going to jump right into the solo main event scene probably. So we'll see where that takes him. But
yeah, we will.
Yeah, I will say this though. I know this is going to sound like, yeah, oh sure, whatever. But when I booked this match in like the day of the show, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I actually felt this was going to happen. I know that sounds weird, but something inside of me was like, dude, they're going to lose their titles tonight. I don't know what it was. It was just like a weird. I haven't felt that ever for their title reigns or title defenses. But even against the UVC, of course, I'm like, oh my God, please, we need this win. We need this win. Come on, you guys got this. I never even felt it then. But for some reason, against the Eloquent Enigmas, a team that a lot of people, weren't big on, that everybody was always like, they were at one point kind of the joke of the tag team division. They took them forever to get a win. I had that feeling here. Did you guys have any of that, or is that just me being crazy?
I mean, going after all of the momentum the Enigmas had, storyline wise, maybe, but I always go in thinking that they're gonna retain.
Okay, what about you, Scott?
Well, there's times when it's like it's got to end at some point. I thought that more than they're gonna get beat by this team. But how's it going to be? What's going to happen is what I always wondered. And something about it is like, I love how you put in the write-up. Could they escape the last show of the year of 2018 with the belts? And they didn't. Now, forgive me for my broken remembrance of history. Normally I'm better with it, but what show did they lose the tag titles the first time on?
It was in December at Clash of Champions.
It wasn't TLC, but it was the December
TLC
show.
Was like
it was October or something.
Yes, TLC was a different.
So they lost it in the December show.
Yep, both times they lost their titles. It was in December. You are right. You are correct.
That's what I was trying to remember. Like they just couldn't quite escape the year with it, and they got it back after the tournament with the first shot at the champs. I think it was.
So. Yeah, like 3 months later, they ended up winning them back. Yeah, but
which was fascinating, like you said. So that's interesting. That's I love history like that. I knew there was some kind of connection to it.
What's up?
What's crazy is that both times that they lost their belt, the house show before it, Warden somehow got injured in the write-up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Now
he did.
Yeah, you guys ended up hurting him the last time in that crazy 3-way death match at Final Battle last year.
Yeah, it was both times it was Final Battle, him getting hurt before the tag.
Oh my God.
Maybe Final Battle's the problem.
Guys, Final Battle and December WWE. There's problems. Solution. You've learned this now.
Yeah.
You can't. The numbers don't lie. So. I mean, I can't go around saying that only the Outsiders ever beat the Solution now.
Yeah, that's true.
The Enigmas have.
Can't say it now.
Fun. But that was kind of a fun thing I was able to do.
And
I like that they won, but the best part for me, selfishly, is I get to be like, yeah, I made the new tag team champion tap out 2 days ago.
That's true.
Now he's walking around holding gold in the co-main event.
And you know
God damn it! I love it. No, I'm not legit upset. I'm like, that's so good. That this is more of the story. It's amazing. I'm happy for those guys. I think it's cool that they went from literally having shows where they could never piece it together until they finally turned it around. Had Survivor Series, which was amazing, and now this. It's like, man, how much more of a storybook thing can you do for bad guys?
And I
love it. It's like, oh man, it's great.
They have been on a huge going to War Games. They won the War Games against Team No Chance. They won against the entire Solution at Survivor Series, and then they won the tag team titles here. Talk about ending 2018 huge for all of the Blissful Enigmas. They all kicked ass basically at the end of this year. And yeah, so kudos.
CT had a great comment in the Twitch chat. He said, "This is what happens when you don't give up after a few losses." So guys out there hearing that, listen to that. I myself have a different perspective on it, where I'm having fun story stuff. I'll get to that in a second because it's related here. But you can do awesome things with losses, or you can literally just keep plugging away and turn it around and become the tag team champions, unseating the greatest team in the history of the JRPL. It can happen. It can absolutely happen. So
yeah, as far as the write-up... Oh, sorry. Go.
I was going to say, what's your perspective on that part of it, Bomber? Like, you've seen people, like, you've seen teams quit after, like, a loss. You've had ones where, like, I don't want a team anymore. You've had so many this year alone just disband. Like, the tag teams that the Solution faced in the first half of the year, I think the Enigmas are the only ones technically still around, but there is one team that can reunite after today's show, or this show, because 2018's over. They can come back again.
That's right,
That's the thing we got to remember. So, like, how do you feel about that, to see this team that literally stuck through more downfalls than any other rise to the top?
Well, I've always said, since I've been doing these videos, like before the WoodYaTalk, I've been saying always plug away, even if you're on a stretch. Everybody gets in a rut. Everybody has a hard time predicting stuff. I know it gets frustrating. And you see a lot of people, like, they go away and they come back and stuff, like Modstep left, Adanex left, not Captain Charisma, but Cam Popplestone did it. Right now, there's several people doing it. Victory Green.
Cyborg
Crimson Cyborg. I don't think I've made it public or not, but Victory Green told me that he's stepping away and he'll be back later.
Yeah.
We got
Legit
Boss, Nate Myers. Like, these are all guys that they're leaving to recharge their batteries. They took a lot of losses. They're gonna go and hopefully they come back better. And like people like Cross is the perfect example that I always refer to as struggled big time and then came back. And even though his title reigns have been super short, one day, but still title reigns, you can't take that off the history. He's had those titles. And he got a win even here against former champion against Victory Green. Vitamin Yes. Sorry, Vitamin Yes.
And I'll mention it here. Yeah. Red just commented, I got really pissed and told Bomber I was going to, but the Enigmas kept me in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, look at that. That's great.
I know it does get frustrating when you get a lot of losses in a row. Like I said, I think we've all pretty much been there at some point, whether or not it's been, some have had it worse than others, but like, it's a rut. You get in those. Sometimes you need to take a step away. Sometimes you can just keep going and you'll fight back. But either way, stick with it. You'll be perfectly fine. You'll always get in a good stretch. Most people will get in, and you can work your way right up into title contention, just like the Enigmas did. So,
and Woody, I'll get your perspective on how losses work in a minute when we talk about the next match. I had to. I'm sorry. That was. I feel bad. I feel real bad about that, but I'm proud too a little bit. That was. Ooh, yeah. I think I made Bomber like fly back 2 feet.
Whoa. Yeah.
That was real bad. I legitimately feel bad about that, but I'm smiling on camera. I feel bad. We'll get there. The write-up for this one was crazy. I was involved, but I wasn't involved.
Yeah.
I did not cost for the match.
Yeah.
I even teased the guys in the Discord. It would be a shame if something happened. Yeah. I promise. I'm like, I do not want to ever interfere in a match like that. I'm not a heel.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
What happened here was... It was a clean victory for the Eloquent. It was pretty much a clean victory. We had
that was important. That was very important, I think, for you on the write-up side of it.
Yeah,
like you wanted this to matter. Like the moment is about them winning.
Yeah, it's almost
not them losing, not this other. It's about them winning. That's the key. So
yeah, trying to build them up here. And what happened was Junction, storyline wise here, kayfabe wise, what happened? Junction ended up tackling Beer Me Jesus, and those two are like brawling outside of the ring and stuff. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Jonathan CT Martin finally gets his finisher, the crossface, onto the Warden. And if you think back, like I try to think back to other stuff. First of all, CT Martin said he wanted the finish to be him tapping out Warden. So I knew that. So I thought back to what happened before with the Solutions title run. I remember there was that time where if you read the write-ups, where Beer Me Jesus was locked in a submission and he wasn't going to tap out, and Warden came in and helped him. He like bit his hand and where he wouldn't tap out. Yeah. And he did all kinds of crazy like creative stuff with that. So this time, it couldn't happen because Beer Me Jesus was distracted outside with Junction, and the ref did the Warden wasn't going to tap out. So he ended up passing out. The ref did the, held arm up, drop it 1, hold arm up, drop it 2. Beer Me Jesus finally goes to desperately slide into the ring to actually help his partner, but Junction grabs the leg, holds him out, and then the arm falls for the third time, and the Warden has been submitted, well, I guess passed out, by Jonathan C.T. Martin. So they got the clean win. Warden did not tap out, but he passed out. He passed out though as well.
Yeah. So. Now, if I remember correctly, when Lee and I beat them, I'm not rubbing this in. I honestly, God, Warden and Beer Me, trust me. But when we won, I think it was very similar, where it was like interference, like the other was trying to save the match and just couldn't. Like it was the same kind of situation where these guys are such a finely tuned unit. They're always there. But if you can manage to split them just enough, you can steal that win, is what it felt like. Not that you didn't earn the win, but they're just that good. Yeah. I think both times when they lost the titles now, it's been a case of like the other partner is holding back the other guy outside the ring or something. I think both happened the similar way. Yep. Which I kind of love that too. I don't know if you intended that one either.
I did not, so that's cool.
I think it was similar. I remember reading back and Lee got the pin when we won the tag titles, and I think I was running interference. So I think it was a similar situation. Cool. It's very cool. That's an awesome inadvertent thing. Like, it's that hard to beat the solution when it matters. It just sells the everything of it.
And then what happened after that, we had Scott show up.
Well, there was a fun bit because Redhead didn't want the Enigmas with her.
Oh, that's right.
At Final Battle. So we flipped it and had the Enigmas not have Redhead out there with them.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they all came out to celebrate.
So they came out to celebrate. Happy day, everything. And the Solution are outside in the crowd. And so was I. So, yeah, I came out of the crowd. I'll freely admit I stole this from the whole Ronda Becky thing, because honestly Becky's character is what I've been doing, except I've been doing it longer, but they're not copying me, but maybe they are. I don't think so. It's a Stone Cold, because people call me Stone Cold Scott for a while, so it's the same gimmick, so I'm copying it. It works. It's good. So what I did was I came out there and I kind of just shoved Beer Me into Warden, because in the Discord, Warden, he doesn't want to have a match with me, so that's fine. But Beer Me will. So I shoved Beer Me, and they kind of tripped up and I hopped back in the crowd, because I'll yell from the crowd, and then they're yelling from the ring. They're in Solution, or Enigmas are in the ring, like we're the champions, all this fun stuff. And what I thought was really fun with that is that I didn't actually hit him from behind, and that's going back to Survivor Series when he hit me in the back of the head. I could have had you, but I didn't do it. But also, Warden passed out, so that led to me challenging him for Homecoming. I want the submission match. I want this match. So we'll talk about that coming up.
So you against Beer Me Jesus.
I understand the challenge has been accepted at Beer Me Jesus at Beer Me Jesus against Homecoming. Yes, those are the words. Yeah, Homecoming. Beer Me Jesus versus Scott in a submission match. Yep. We'll talk about Homecoming in a bit. But yeah, my idea was literally to be in the crowd, who still loves me. And my thing is, like, I'm smiling. I'm with the crowd. It's great. It's a little bit of a change. Maybe I have a reason to be happy. Maybe things are good. Who knows what it could be? Who knows? And it's just fun. It's just having fun with it and yelling at them. It was literally Becky yelling at Ron. It is what I was doing with that. And I just love the visuals of that, because it's like old school Raw where chaos is happening. But I made sure to make, in that moment, that the Enigmas are like, we're the champs, look at us. Like, that's this part. And how bad is that for people watching Scott cheering up there and the Solution the Enigmas in the ring, for the Solution to be in the middle of that? And they're the faces. It was very hard. This is behind the scenes for everybody who reads this stuff. It was very hard to not be a full-on heel and treat them like heels as well. Like, it's like, no, they got to be faces in this. I can't have them be whatever, but they lost. They're emotional. So it was a very fine balance that you were able to work with, I think.
Speaking of heels and faces and all that good fun stuff, we had our main event. And I will say, this main event, to me, I thought could have been match of the night if it didn't have to. People are so stuck up on points, by the way. Yeah. I'll let you can announce it. I'll tell you about that here in a second.
Okay, so the main event is a ladder match for the World Championship. It is Ash defending against Woody in Woody's rematch. The victory was by points, 64-63 for the defending champion. And I'm glad you're mentioning the points thing, because there was discussion I saw in the Discord about points and match of the night and what should have been and stuff like that. So you can elaborate on that. And then we can hear from Woody.
Yeah. So as far as why I thought this probably, is the way the match went, I thought this probably should have been match of the night, because when you think of other stuff it doesn't just come down to points, I feel. I know people are kind of sticklers where, no, it's got to be the points. This is how it should be. But Woody got up in this match because in order to win a ladder match, if you don't know the rules, super quick, you got to have 5 consecutive matches correct in a row that happen at the actual show. So Woody got up to 4 and then got one wrong. He got his match number 5 wrong. And then Ash took the lead and he got up to 4, 1 away, and then he got one wrong. Both guys were one match away from winning. Woody was first. He was 1 match away from winning the world title back. And he got the next match wrong. I forgot what it was, but you probably know what it was.
Tag triple threat, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You picked Usos, right?
Yeah.
There you go. In the bar.
I will say that's one cool ass aspect of a 12-match show is stuff like that can happen a couple times.
That's true. That is true. So to me, that stuff is more exciting than, these guys got a lot of points and stuff, which is cool. Doing a lot of points is good, but stuff like this, to me, I feel if I could have just, put match of the night, I would have put it on this match, everybody would have freaked the fuck out. But to me, that stuff is more exciting and makes it, more of a match of the night. And then, plus, in the end, neither one got the 5 in a row, and then it was separated by 1 point. That's, to me, that is super exciting stuff. So in my heart, I think this was match of the night.
I'm with you on that. I mean, I've never had match of the night, so I don't really. I've clearly never managed to make it work that way.
One day.
It's statistically speaking should have happened by now. So that was just kind of a funny thing, but yeah, I legit do want it, for the love of God. No, I'm with you on that. I do agree. When you put it that way, absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe.
What do you think, Woody?
Yeah. What do you think? First, what do you think, Woody, of the match?
About the match of the night or the match?
Well, give us match of the night first, then you can go into what did you think about the match.
I agree that this match, because how we went back and forth, I felt this should have been match of the night, but at the same time, there's probably the one that got the match of the night is probably the points. So I get that, but it was a good match nonetheless. And I almost fucking picked Asuka too. If I would have, we would have tied. But
wow.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't have won though. So I mean, you wouldn't have lost, but you wouldn't have won the belt.
Yeah.
So I will just simply say my comments on this match is I loved it. It's again the story of Ash. It's the story of Woody. It's these 2 different stories coming together again in a ladder match, which I believe you wanted, Woody, if I'm correct.
Not this time. He didn't. The first time he did.
Okay, that's right. It's a rematch of the TLC. I love the back and forth of that. I love the aspect of how close it was, the drama involved in it, and everything. It was kind of the perfect way to cap off the year, I think. What's your, and Bummer, you kind of said your opinion on that with how the scoring.
Yes.
Do you have any kind of kayfabe story comment about it you want to put in there?
About this match?
About the match, how you felt about the match. I'm sure it's what you hoped for when it came to fruition.
Yeah, well, Woody losing? Of course, always.
No,
I'm kidding.
It would have been the second match of the night for a main event, had it been, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
it's only happened once, you said, right? So
these guys.
It's that good of a match.
Yeah, it ended up being a really good match. Both the Ash character, the Woody character, at this point in time, they were both pretty much the top singles faces in the JRPL. Obviously, you got Woody, who's been on the top of the singles face list for a long time now, and then you got Ash, who's kind of skyrocketed up since the Finn feud that he did, and then rocketing him right into this main event scene. So he's over huge with the fans. Woody's over huge with the fans, and then you add on the weirdness that that happened at Final Battle, which we talked about how it kind of added more to their This hasn't really been a feud. It's more been about these guys respecting each other. Now it's like, wait a minute, there's something to this. So I think overall, when you think about everything that went down, we'll get into what happened here in just a second. But I think it came off good. I think it was a great main event as far as in the year. Yeah, I think it was great.
Well, it's one of those cases where it was like Brett and Benoit doing a respect match for Owen. It's like it starts out, with respect, but eventually it's like I'm going to beat you. Damn it. So it's one of those kind of classic things. It went from what should just be this challenger coming out in the middle of the war and taking the title away to a goddamn awesome feud, which could go for a while and always be fun to revisit.
And you know what's? Sorry, go.
I was going to say, but I think we need to hear from Woody.
Yeah.
We're really delaying it a lot. What else? Did you have anything else to stall hearing from Woody?
Oh, the one last thing I wanted to say is a lot of guys didn't, when Woody went to defend his title against Ash, I guarantee you a lot of people are like, oh, well, Ash is not winning. Ash ain't going to win this.
Oh, we thought that, though. No, we thought he could. We did. I remember that.
Some people probably
that was recorded.
didn't.
The two of us were recorded as saying he's got a cool shot.
Well, some people might not have really gave Ash a realistic chance. And then,
agree.
Boom. A lot of people, it was a big upset. I am going to be on the same board. Ash beating Woody.
Dude, Ash lost 2 non-title matches. He lost to Warden, and I already forget who it was last night.
That's true.
Or the 2 days ago.
Yes.
He lost 2 non-title. He lost them. So, like, oh, God. But he's doing what the solution does, winning when it matters.
Yeah, he beat Woody
to
win the title.
He learned it from watching you.
He successfully beat Woody. I think anybody who, this is just what I want to say, anybody who thought Ash was, one of those, fluke champions, I think at TLC, this main event, I think he proved that Ash is definitely not a fluke champion. So that's just the last thing I want to say before we go over to Woody. So Woody, what are your thoughts now that we got our stuff out of the way? Have at it, buddy.
The match itself, it was a great back and forth. A lot, I had no idea they would get to the main, it would end at the main event, which was always pretty sweet, with a ladder match and shit like that. And not the outcome I wanted, but I love all the story elements that went in, and all the story elements at the end. And it was just all in all a really good match. Bad outcome, but really happy for the future.
Okay, I like that. So I guess, let's just talk about what you just mentioned, what happened at the end of the match. So, the match, it was written up, exciting. I put in there that this basically topped their last match, which, like I said, I already talked about why I think it did do that because of how close and back and forth it was. Then it came down to 1 point. So I think this definitely did top their first match against each other. And then the ending, basically, they pulled out a big, giant 25-foot ladder that towered even over the title that was hanging up. Ash put Woody onto a table and was going to go for a move onto the table off the top rope, but he looked at the ladder. The crowd, gave him we want you to go up to the top of that huge fucking ladder. So instead of doing the move off the top rope, he went up to the top of the ladder, and then I just visualized this race where Woody kind of rolled off the table, and Ash is above. I don't know why I visualized this, but something I've never seen before, and I just wanted to, write it out, where somebody's above the belt. They climb past the belt where they could have won. They climb to the top of the ladder. Ash had to race down the ladder while Woody's racing up the ladder for the title. Yeah.
I really like that because I could see that happening.
Yeah.
But we never have.
Yeah,
that's
something
really, really cool.
Something new, different, something you've never seen before. So
you're good at stuff like that. I'll give you full credit on that.
Yeah.
You nail that stuff a lot. I'm sure Woody would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so what happened was they both got to the belt. Woody grabbed it. Ash started hitting Woody. Woody bashed Ash with the belt and then gave him a choke slam. I just pictured, Hurricane giving somebody a choke slam. So that's what I went with.
Yeah, choke slam.
Of course, yeah.
Yep. Gave Ash a choke slam off of this ladder down through the table that Woody was originally laying on. So boom, the win. It's there for Woody. Woody's holding on to the belt, and then all of a sudden, son of a bitch, out came the eloquent enigmas. The blissful enigmas. It was Breaker and Adinex. Breaker and Adinex ran out. Adinex knocked Woody off of the top of the ladder. Then Breaker hit his burning hammer onto Woody, out of the ring, onto another ladder that was laying on the outside, to completely laying him out. They jumped out of the ring. Ash got up, climbed up, didn't know what was going on. All he knew is the crowd was booing him. He didn't know why. He didn't know what was going on. He was just getting booed, and he didn't understand. And he pulled down the belt, won the match, and that is officially how it ended. And then out came the I keep saying eloquent enigmas, the blissful enigmas, and they threw something to Ash. He looked at it, and it was a blissful enigmas t-shirt. So, whoa, first of all, that's a lot to unpack right there. What does that mean? What is going on here, right? So first of all, before we continue, what are your guys' thoughts on that development? What are you guys thinking when that happened?
Woody, I'll just go first real quick. I love stuff like that because I'm like, I don't know where it's going. I love factions growing and changing and stuff because as the solo guy fighting it all, it's fun to see it all weave back and forth and see where battle lines are, knowing that I'll fight anybody. That's just my selfishness again on it, but it's fun watching that stuff unfold. It reminds me of the old NWO stuff. I love that. Well, what do you think on that?
Like basically what you said. But I also like I forget where I've seen this, but where a faction basically comes out to help someone, and everyone thinks that person's in the faction, but he's like, no, I'm not in it. And it's like, well, is he really in it? Is he not in it?
AJ Styles with the Aces and
yeah.
That's the best example of that.
That's kind of what happened here because Ash, we'll talk about what happened just right after that. Ash was like, wait, what's going on? He looked at the shirt, then looked at his title, and then that's when we got into the aftermath of this thing. The Solution came out, and Warden and John are like, yo, what the hell? What's going on here? And he's like, I don't know. Ash was like, I don't know what happened. I didn't make this go on. But he's sitting there holding the shirt. So, I mean, like, wait, nobody knows whether or not he is dealing with the enigmas or if it's, maybe they're playing mind games. There's no telling right now what's going on.
They do that. It's a thing that can happen with them.
It is. So basically, this is when it gets a little crazy. Woody gets up and gets into the ring and just starts beating the shit out of Ash. And Warden is like, whoa, dude, you need to calm down. And Woody tells him to, get off my back, whatever, get away from me, whatever. And Warden just says, you know what, fuck it. And Warden walks to the back. Warden left the ringside area.
He's had a bad day.
Yeah. First of all, Woody, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that aspect right there with Warden walking out while you're kind of freaking out there in the ring?
I mean, if the actions of like him losing the belt and everything didn't happen earlier, I would say it doesn't make much sense. But since that did happen, I think it makes perfect sense. He's just not having it. It's been a bad day. I really like that.
Okay. All right, because I actually don't think you knew that was going to happen. Did you? Did you know that was going to happen?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay. So, yeah, there's some elements that you did know about, some that you didn't know about, obviously, going into this finish here. So, Beer Me jumps in the ring, joins you and John here, and then next thing you know, John steps up and says, yo, no, you need to lay off of him, and then Woody just beats the shit out of John. That is after, by the way, Woody goes to the top of the ladder, jumps off, and crashes through a brand new table onto Ash again. Mm-hmm. But then Woody destroys John, and you hit your finisher on John, and you lay into him. You start calling him, the weak link, that he was here, let me read some of these things.
You gave him the title?
Yeah, here it is right here.
Yep.
You were screaming, the Solution made you, we made you, I made you, you were nothing, you were always the weakest link, we gave you that world title. And then, of course, I just added in there because everybody was saying it on Discord the other night. Fuck you. I don't know why everybody was saying that in Discord last night, but I added it in there because of that. So basically, John, is he kicked out of the Solution? What has happened? I don't know. The show basically ends with Woody and Beer Me Jesus standing in the middle of the ring with Ash and John laying at their feet.
That's their tag team name, clearly.
Yeah, Ash and John. Josh. In the entire arena, I put it, the last line of the entire show was the entire arena was either booing or not saying a word, just watching in disbelief. So
I like it.
There were no cheers. It was like everybody was either booing you guys or like, what the fuck did I just witness? Because everybody has always, the solution has been, the strongest part of the JRPL for a long time. No lie. Just going to, say it. And then this happened. So do you have anything you want to add here, Woody, with what went down at the end of this show? You don't have to give away something if you don't want to, but what was your reasoning behind this finish here?
Well, I think the main reason is you just had two main shows where the Solution all lost. They're not house shows; they're pretty big main shows, and I think this has been brewing like for Woody for a while with his mental state and everything, and I think that was just the icing on the cake, and it had to happen sooner or later, and that night it just wasn't in Solution's favor, so it just happened. He lost it. The Woody character lost it. The Solution, they're not on the right side of the law now.
Are you willing to admit or not admit what you let us know? Is John a part of the Solution anymore? You don't have to give us a yes or no if you don't want. It's up to you. But
I will say from the outside perspective, that sure as hell seems like you kicked him out.
It definitely looks like he's not in, but I mean, maybe it was just a freak out. Maybe it was like
a moment of angered passion, and it's like, look, we're sorry, we didn't mean it. Like that could easily be what comes from the next step. But it sure looks like you kicked him out. Yeah.
So again, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but I'm asking, did you guys remove John from the Solution?
That's kind of hard. Like that's something we've talked about like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say yes. I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That is just like Scott said, it did definitely look like that, but I mean, you never know. Like I said, it could have been a weird, just fit of passion.
And things could even be patched up even if he was kicked out. Maybe things turn around and it's like, oh, okay, it's all bad.
I mean, maybe, but there we go. So now we know that I guess officially John has been kicked out of the Solution. So, okay.
I do like that the last thing we see was Woody and Bear Me standing tall. Because Warden went back.
Yeah, because Warden...
Real interesting.
Warden walked to the back, so that's another thing. Again, that's another thing that you did not know was going to happen there, Woody, but that is how the show ended. So
what a way to end a year. Like after the Solution run rampant all the way through with tag titles, world titles, and the ending is we see the Solution literally broken.
Yep.
And to be fair, like it's not we get to see Ash standing tall or the Enigma standing tall. No, it's the Solution broken. That is the story.
Mm-hmm.
No discredit to the others, but it's like this is holy shit. Look what happened.
Yep.
It's like oh god, oh, and that to my own luck of having to say it, but when the UVA won, I did say everything would go downhill. We don't want them in power, and it's already happening. Look at all this. Look at the chaos happening.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. This could be due to UVA, winning that war. So.
Yeah, I really think it is. It just happens to be that. Let's be honest. But man, look at that. It's this. If we were writing it that way, it'd be great. Yeah, we are writing it, but the outcomes happen to benefit.
Yeah, because if you look at there was 5 title matches on this show. Ash was not a part of any affiliation, so he doesn't really count. But you had a Global Solution member that was in the war lose. Woody lost. You had the UVA, Eloquent Enigmas. They won the titles. Bomber won the title match. Banksy, who was a member of the UVA, which he kind of might not be now that he's a face, he won a title. And then GMSG would be the only member of the team, the person that was in the Global Solution that's leaving, that's ending the year with the title. So, yeah, it's definitely one side as far as it goes from the people that were involved in the war.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that is a good way to look at it. The war maybe weighing a lot on this.
It's taking its toll. I mean, I've said with my character and stuff going through, like who knows where I'm at now? I'm kind of almost more crazier than I've been, but I don't seem it either. But stuff isn't making sense. We could talk about Homecoming if you want to jump over to that.
Well, first of all, yeah, that's what wrapped up the end of 2018. I think overall it was a good show. There was a lot of story elements that went into this show here.
Oh, absolutely. There's. I mean, we're in the build toward WrestleMania.
Yeah. Do you guys have a little bit of time to talk about more stuff right here at the end of the show, or you guys got to leave?
I got time.
What do you?
Yeah, I got time.
Okay, so let's quickly talk about. There's not much announced for Homecoming. We'll just announce a couple things, and then there are a couple big announcements that I got to make here to close out the show. So, yeah, let's look at Homecoming real quick. If you want to look at the events page. As of us recording this right here, by the way.
Yep, this is updated today, so we do have some information.
Yeah, not much, but there's a couple things.
There's, well, I'll scroll down because we got a match down here at the bottom. It's the 10,000 Thumbtack Hardcore match. Luke Gray versus Jace Villain 13.
Yeah, this, like I said, stems back from their match at, what the fuck was it, Survivor Series? Or, no, Final Battle, right? Yes. Oh my God. Sorry. Final Battle. And Luke Gray was laid out after a ref stoppage, and they talked some trash in the Discord, and that has led to this match that they both agreed upon. So we're going to see a hardcore match of these two new guys. Somebody's going to walk away with the achievement for winning a hardcore match. We'll see who it is.
Nice. I don't have that yet.
Yep.
Speaking of, I gotta announce this.
Yep.
Death match held in Canada.
Yep.
This Homecoming takes place in Nashville, you see.
Yes, it does.
Canadian Championship match. Woody versus Vitamin Yes.
Yeah, so my question...
You son of a bitch!
My question, first of all, Woody, is why Vitamin Yes for this Canadian title match?
Well, I wanted to pick someone that was doing really good, like really good throughout the year, and he just beat the world champion. And I was looking back at what else he did. I'm like, you know what, Vitamin's a good contender. And then in kayfabe, he's always been questioning like why my character's been getting all these opportunities that he should be getting them. Blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what, that just writes itself. Well, let's do that.
I like it. Because I know originally you told like there was another name that floated through, 3J Platinum, right? That's originally who you said.
I did. It was going to be 3J, and the setting was going to be in a porn shop.
That is, oh my God, that is amazing. Maybe if you defend successfully against Vitamin Yes, maybe next time we'll be in a Canadian porn shop.
Woody, I lament the fact that I never thought of simply having the match be held in Canada broadcast during the event. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And I hate myself for not thinking of that because I love this.
By the way, I also...
It's fantastic.
When you just said his name, Woody defending a title in a porn shop, that is great. With the name Woody.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
That would be
too.
Fantastic. I don't know. That'd be cool.
The fact that this is happening, Woody, I'm going to tell you right now, I do want to write some stuff in where I'm at the arena watching like or something. I don't know what even the reaction's going to be because I've written the promos right now so far that I put out there where I have no idea this match is happening.
I don't even think yeah, you can still do that, but I don't even think it's going to be an arena. I think it's a random spot in Canada.
Oh, God. But it's going to be broadcast is what I mean. Like in the arena in Nashville, the crowd will be able to see it, which means I'll be able to see it. And then I'll go on to face Beer Me in a submission match. Fucking angry.
Yep, that's the other match there. Submission match. Beer Me Jesus, as he calls himself, the submission I think it's submission master.
Submission master Jesus. Yes.
Yes, submission master Jesus.
We talked about having a match for this in Discord again, not in character, just like, hey, I'll fight you. As most of my matches happen nowadays. So if you want to have a match with me, you probably just be like, hey, you want a match? I've been wanting a match with Warden as well for a while. We teased that with that open challenge way back when, but he doesn't want to have that match because I don't win enough. But Jeremy's like, I'll fight you. So I like
how about this. How about I give you Warden in an Iron Man match? He'll like that.
Oh God. I won't say no.
I know you won't.
Yeah, I won't say no. But I love the idea here. It's almost like an old gimmick where it's like I got to go through him to get to Warden, which is why when I shoved Beer Meat, it was into Warden. That was the only reason for that, to be like, I still got you. It's a submission match which plays off the Red getting submitted and me throwing in the towel. It plays off Warden getting submitted, losing the tag titles, which I didn't know about, which is even better because like they've had submissions in their favor and not in their favor in the last 2 events. So this is a fun one. We threw out the extra bit where it's got to be you make your opponent pass out. There's no tapping, no quitting. You pass out. That's like what we want for that.
I like it.
And that goes to the idea that I made Jet go out in the Survivor Series stuff. Like I've made people, we've established that I will do that with my submission maneuver. So that's good fun. That's some fun stuff. And I mean, I've got stuff already planned out for kind of what I want to do with it. I'm alone against the world at this point, so it's some fun stuff. So I'm looking forward.
Okay.
But after me is Fart Bucket in a title match.
Yeah, so the reasoning behind this is I think I pointed out before, but some of you might not remember. I know some of you probably are saying, hey, Fart Bucket, title match, what the fuck?
Yeah!
No, Fart Bucket
I'm all for it. I love it.
Fart Bucket is, I think he's undefeated. No, maybe not undefeated, but he's won his last 2 Impact shows, I believe it is. So, I mean...
I think so, yeah.
Who's doing hotter than Fart Bucket at Impact shows? I think Fart Bucket has earned himself probably the only title match he will ever have, ever. And he's going against the GMSG, which, guys, anything can happen, okay? I want you to realize we may have Fart Bucket as the Road Warrior champion at some point in time here. It might happen.
For the love of God.
Yeah.
If he wins it.
Yep.
Give me a goddamn Road Warrior title shot.
There's no telling what will happen if Fart Bucket wins this damn title.
I love this card already, by the way. Like, Impact ones are so much fun. I have so much fun with the Impact stuff, like Bound for Glory was fun. Slammiversary is my favorite. That's card of the year. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
But this is going to be a blast, this. But then there's also the main event, which we have 4 names unknown.
Yes, not quite booked
Ultimate
yet.
X match.
Ultimate X match, yeah.
Now, are you copying? Because I threw this out there. Because the Ultimate X match at Homecoming features 4 new people for the first time in, like they said, like 15 years. Are these going to be all new people in this match who have never had Ultimate X before?
That's funny. No, no, it's not. I was actually going the opposite way.
Oh,
as weird as that. I didn't know that was exactly what they said when they did that.
I know they said that. It's the first time since 2003.
That's funny. I am going the opposite way. I am going to book 4 people who have been in Ultimate X matches in the past that have not yet won. So they are going to be getting...
that's me and you. Oh, but I'm in a match already.
No, I've won one. I've lost one, but I've won one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Forgive me. I thought you had.
I think it was Bound for Glory. I won a while back. Yeah. But anyway, there are 4 people. I haven't announced names yet. There's more than 4 people that have been in the Ultimate X matches that have lost. So I'm gonna have to go through and sort out which of the 4 will be in the match. Right now, as of this recording or whatever, it hasn't been announced. But
I'm preoccupied, obviously. So
that is true. Yeah, you are out. There are people like Gourds who's been in multiple ones that's dead probably. So he's not gonna obviously be in it. But yeah,
he could be the thing you retrieve from the X structure.
Oh yeah, exactly. In memory.
That's horrible. Oh god, I'm a horrible person.
But that's what's going to be the main event because there's some some good matches that we have on this card, but none were jumping out as the main event. So I think we'll end it.
It's an Impact thing too, right? Ultimate X is Impact, so that makes sense. That's how we made event at Slammiversary as well. We did the same thing.
Yeah, so. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've had an Ultimate X match at every single Impact show. By the way.
That's true.
I don't know if you guys
have
noticed that.
Is that not your face on the poster?
Yes. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, if you look at the theme song announcement, the theme song is called Reigniting by Mountains vs. Machines. You should go check it out.
You copy their format of like the scratchy coloring, which is really cool, by the way, as well.
Yeah, I try my best to match them if I find sometimes the pay-per-views
the right filters and stuff,
ahead of time. But yeah, right on the cover is Bastion and Bomber on the left. And over on the right, very interesting, Hito Shin Moses and Spring Tigress. So very interesting there. That doesn't. That's not saying that that's going to be a tag match between the 2-on-2. By the way, I'm hoping people wouldn't think that, but
no, but that would be an interesting match. Revenge for the neck.
That would be interesting. Yeah,
that would be interesting. And I hate Jet. Or Bastion. What?
But yeah, that's all that's announced yet. There obviously will be plenty more. This show is not too far away, like 3 weeks away. So
it's coming quick. Yeah.
So we'll get there. That's our first show of 2019. Crazy to say because we started this bad boy of May of 2017. So
and it is show 49.
48.
48. Excuse me. That's
48.
right because they added a NXT Blackpool.
Yep. NXT Blackpool.
UK,
that's the first main show for the JRPL 2019 is the NXT Blackpool. So be ready for that.
The takeover for the Rumble is the 50th. The Rumble was going to be the 50th.
Takeover Phoenix.
Blackpool.
Yeah, Takeover Phoenix should be show number 50, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
So, so you guys better brush up on your NXT UK because that's going to be a big show. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready to make some big announcements here to close this show out. What do you guys think?
I'm definitely ready. How about you, Woody?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready.
Okay.
But Bummer, before you do, we did get a couple questions in.
Okay. Let's shoot me a question.
I'll skim them really, really quick here, because I know we don't want to spend too much time on this. It has been a bit now.
Okay.
I'm going to scroll through them kind of quick, so forgive me, guys, for it's there. Redhead did mention it's 3 main shows with Enigma sweeps. That is interesting.
The past couple months. Yeah.
Let's see. I did say people I had to get questions resubmitted because I had to reload the thing. I'm not finding the questions. Forgive me, guys. I don't know what's going on.
They're gone. They're gone forever.
Yeah, no, I don't really notice questions. Just kind of the statements. So.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I apologize.
If they ask them, we'll answer them next time. That's no problem.
But someone was asking, of course, are we going to hear what Jet's shot is? I know that was in there.
That's the announcements that I'm about.
I had a feeling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that one was in there. The Redhead wants to know, are we going to get both of them? I think that was not the plan because we were going to one change to the other.
That will be the plan.
Okay. Well, then let's just go. Sorry, guys. Your questions are superseded by these. So
no, you're good. So here's the two match announcements that are coming from the Survivor Series, rewards, I guess, if you want to call them. And Scott, give us your name. What are these?
They're the called shots at Immortality.
The called shots at Immortality. So TB666 just got his at TLC, and he unfortunately failed. So whatever. NXT take. I know. Hey, he was against me. Okay, I was just happy about that.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
NXT Takeover UK Blackpool, the longest title name ever. That will be JRPL Call it Immortality. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. So this is the match announcement right now. Of course, those of you who don't listen to this or watch this later, you'll just have to find out on the website as we get to it. But it changed. Originally, he just wanted a one-on-one world title shot, but that changed, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the match. The match is, I'm going to read it right here.
Oh, God, Woody, did we break it?
It is going to be a tag match, okay? So the main event, this is going to be the main event of UK Takeover, NXT, all that fucking name title. Blackpool, all of that.
Network, $9.99.
You know the show. That's the main event. The tag team match. Main event is going to be JRPL and Bastion teaming up against Ash, the world champion, and Banksy, the top block champion.
No.
Oh, it's happening.
2 titles will be on the line in this main event. The person who scores the most points for their team, first of all, if the UVC wins, that's if Jut and Bastion win, okay, whoever scores the most will be the world champion. Whoever scores, obviously the second most, the least, will be the top lock champion. But
okay.
if Ash and Banksy win, they retain their titles. Does that make sense? Does anybody have a question on that match announcement?
No.
I'm good.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I like
And
it.
again,
it's not our crazy, but it's good crazy. It's good. It's good.
And this is all from Jut's mind. This is what he wants. He's given his buddy, his tag team partner, a shot at a title, so that is kind of cool for Bastion. So, that's going to be the main event for that. Are you ready for the second announcement? This is the shot at immortality. Sorry, what's the full name again?
The called shot.
The called shot at immortality.
I'm going to make that name stick. I know it's a long one.
It is a long one. The called
it's
shot at immortality. This will take place at TakeOver Phoenix the night before the Royal Rumble. This is going to take place at TakeOver Phoenix the night before the Royal Rumble. Breaker gets his shot, and he is going to name the match of his choice, and that match is an Elimination Chamber match. Okay?
Oh, no.
Whoever the
no.
world champion is will defend their title in an Elimination Chamber match against Breaker, Redhead 12, Jonathan C.T. Martin, Junction, and Adinex. So that is the 5 members of the Blissful Enigmas versus the world champion who will defend their title in an Elimination Chamber match.
This is what happens when members of factions win called shots at immortality.
That is true. So,
oh, Jesus Christ.
And we have one last thing we're going to do on this podcast. I gave you a website. Scott.
Okay. It's happening.
I already know where this is going.
This first of all, credit goes to Fart Bucket for this website.
Hey!
WheelDecision.com. We are going to, right here during this recording and live on Scott's stream here, we're going to determine the order of entry for the Elimination Chamber. We have the wheel ready. The Wheel Decide. By the way, that's a little plug that, wheeldecide.com. There you go. Go use it for stuff. All right. We have all 6 people in the Elimination Chamber ready to go. Who is going to enter the chamber first? Scott, you're going to end up clicking that wheel, and whatever name comes up, that person will enter the cage, or the chamber, first. And remember how the rules go. The first 2 people do not get bonus points, okay?
So this is the first person. This person goes into a pod. The first 4 people end up in a pod, right?
No. This person is actually starting the match.
Okay, that's what I'm going to clarify that. Okay,
yes.
So this is the first person in the match. The first 2 will start the match. The others will be in the pods.
Yeah. So the last name that that you would come up with is the person that comes out last in the match. So they get the most bonus points. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, whenever you're ready, spin that wheel and shout the name out. Who's going to start this match?
I think Woody, tell me when.
Go for it.
Adinex,
starting out the Elimination Chamber match. So that means he will not receive a bonus. Okay. All right. Who is going to come out and fight with Adinex to start this match? Whenever you're ready.
Now, remember, these enigmas, they might just wait.
Yeah,
or they're crazy. They might fight.
We'll see what happens. They could wait. They could fight it out. We'll see.
Woody, tell me when.
Click.
Oh! Redhead.
Redhead 12. No bonus points
Sorry,
for Redhead.
Sorry, Red. Not my fault.
All right.
I was kind of hoping for later.
So
I have nothing to do with it.
So that means Redhead 12 and Adinex are going to start out that Elimination Chamber match. Okay?
Interesting.
Who was going to be the first? Oh, yeah. You can... sorry. Go for it.
I was going to say, does Red get any bonus points either?
No.
Or both of those not? Okay.
The first 2 do not, because they actually just started in the match. You can eliminate them from the wheel if you want. That way we don't land on them again.
Nah. I'll see what happens.
Okay.
I know you had trouble with that with the Rumble too, but I'm like, it's fine. Let's see what happens.
All right. So, who is going to enter out of the pod first? When you're ready, you can roll it. Or spin it, I should say, not roll it.
Oh, let's go.
Boom. It's more fun. We're all involved. That's Breaker.
Breaker, the man who is calling this match. He's
And
actually gonna
honestly,
enter first out of the
now I
pod.
really hope the world champion comes out last, because that would be
that.
amazing to have all 5 waiting for him.
Look, that is what happened to me. I did this
I
legit
want
too.
that.
I came out
Oh.
last in the only other elimination chamber we had. Anyway, all right, who's going to come out of the pod second? Whenever you're ready.
Go for it.
Tag team champion Jonathan C. Martin.
Jonathan C.T. Martin. Okay, I'm writing these down too so I don't forget for later. All right, so he's going to receive 2 bonus points to his score. Okay. That means there's only 2 people left that's going to enter this match, the world champion and Junction. All right, let's see. Whenever you're ready, let's get this thing going.
Let's go.
You sounded so confident
Yeah,
there.
he's
Willie.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
Well,
go, maybe?
oh,
Who is it?
world champ.
World champ. So that is the end of it right there because we don't need to spin again. That means Junction is going to come out last in the Elimination Chamber match. All right, so world champ. All right, they're going to get 3, and the Junction's going to come out 4-point advantage right off the bat. That is basically 4 points added to a score without ever doing anything. Okay. Well,
We're
ladies
getting
and
picked
gentlemen.
last.
Yeah, that is what is going to be coming up at the beginning of this year as far as, the Elimination Chamber and the tag team match with 2 titles on the line. So pretty exciting, I think. We could have, who knows, we could have Jut as our world champion, and then the very next show we could have Breaker as the world champion. We could have anything going on as our world champion going into the Royal Rumble. So that's how crazy this could get here in the future.
So I'm reading the chat now over in Twitch, and
Yeah.
Dr. Tommy Oliver is in there as Spidey Goka. I can't say all that.
Okay.
But he's like, it's the main event. I'm curious for the write up already. Like, yeah, because
there's
like,
no
what's
telling.
going to happen until the world champ comes out?
Yeah, there's no telling what's going to happen.
He also said, I almost feel like a match like that needs a special guest ref.
Oh, God. Jesus, get out of here. Get out of here. We've got too much craziness going on.
But Steve, hey, if I was part of the Enigmas, would I not be in this match? I'm clearly not part of the
Get outta
Enigmas.
here.
Not at all. No. I have other affiliations of my own.
So, guys, I mean, that's it. That's my 2 major announcements. Obviously, you'll be seeing them on the website here in the coming weeks. So, but for those that hung around here and those that watch the video, they'll have a little bit of a heads up on everybody else. So,
now, I do know bummer people were like, "What about the jobbies?" But we just don't have time right now.
Oh yeah, don't have time. The jobbies. I'm in the middle of constructing all of the stuff. If if you guys have 1 question, maybe 2, I'll answer a question about the jobbies. But obviously, we're not going to go into that in full detail right now. I would love to do a full episode dedicated on the jobbies. The jobbies are like one of my favorite things. I don't know about everybody else, but
I love it. I do. As far as for recording an episode, it would have to be in the new year.
that's fine.
I am out of town the 20th through 30th. So that's going to be a problem in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we could definitely do one at least before Homecoming, or
Yeah,
maybe
that's
like
fine.
we do the jobbies and then cover Homecoming or something. We could do it there. But yeah, call me crazy, but I know a lot of places like to do. Oh, here's the best of the year. It's November 18th. What are you doing? It's not over yet. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
There's still time of the year left. Could you imagine if we did best of the year and we didn't include TLC? Look at what happened.
Yeah,
So,
a lot
yeah.
happened. Yeah, you're right.
it's important. So I'm cool with doing it after. I definitely want to have an episode.
Yeah, the jobbies will go up in probably, I would guess, if I had to guess, I'd probably guess either late this week or early next week.
Okay.
And it will go all the way through until next year. Probably it'll go all the way through until like Homecoming or right after Homecoming. So it'll give everybody
good.
plenty of time to vote. That gives us plenty of time to do an episode on it, break everything down, talk about everything.
It is.
Yep.
It is a tough time of year too, because people, like I said, I'm out of town for 10 days.
Sure, yeah, a lot of people. Yep, a lot of people are going to be busy.
It's a rough one. So yeah, so we'll get plenty of time.
Yep. So yeah, that's what we'll do with that. I did see a question come into the chat. Did the Enigmas get nominated for Upset of the Year? Well, obviously that just happened like last night, but I would say it's pretty safe to bet that will probably make it onto the list. I think, yeah.
That goes with the Outsiders winning it last time.
Yeah, that's true. Outsiders got it last time.
It's the same goddamn situation of
Just
a
about.
team
Yeah.
beating the Solution for the tag titles.
Yep. Woody, do you have a question for?
That's amazing.
Do you have any question for the jobbies before we head out of here?
Nothing I can think of. Really
Okay.
excited for it though.
All right. Me too. Yeah, me too. Scott, do you have any question before we head out of here?
Well, because I know there's voting on stuff, but you said some of them are going to be like kayfabe awards, some are legit awards. Like, what do you have in mind? Like, there's ones coming back. Are there any from last year that aren't coming back? I mean, we'll find out stuff, but I don't need answers about this one, that one, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you're revamping and expanding or learning and stuff.
Yeah, definitely expanding. I don't think everything is back. There are going to be no awards that happened last year that will not happen this year. I can give you a super rundown of everything I have listed right now. I'm just going to name the awards, and that's what's going to be happening. Right?
Oh, the categories? Oh,
Yeah.
Third exclusive. Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, we can end the show on this.
Now,
sorry.
one last little question on that. If people come to you with ideas for jobs, it's not too late, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can suggest stuff all the way up until they get posted, obviously. So this is what we got right now. Right now, I think this I'm kind of if you change my mind and make a good argument, I might add something. But right now, this is pretty much it. So
You've seen how our podcasts go,
Yeah. So all right, they're broken down into 3 categories, same as last year. Superstar awards. These are basically statistical awards, like tag. We got Superstar of the Year, which is the big one. Tag Team of the Year, Jobber of the Year, Rookie of the Year, which is new because last year everybody was a rookie. So this is the first year that we're going to have Rookie of the Year. Comeback Kid Award, same as last year, and Stable of the Year. Those are all of the Superstar awards. So again, Superstar of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Jobber of the Year, which is the unfortunate award, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Kid, and then Stable. All right. Match and Event Awards. These are basically overall awards, not like to a single person really, except as we get later. You got Event of the Year, House Show of the Year, which is obviously just Ring of Honor, just Impact shows. The hardest event to predict of the year, so think about that. And then you got Match of the Year for the JRPL, which this is a hard category, but we're gonna fine tune it, and we'll get the best matches that happen this year. And then Upset of the Year, which we kind of just talked about. So those are the categories for Match and Event Awards. And then the final section is Storyline Awards, or Kayfabe Awards. Feud of the Year is under that. Kayfabe Award, which is almost like a moment award, like Moment of the Year, like I have on here, for example. I already have Gourds gets murdered, murdered in quotes, by the UVC's JRPL and Bastion. That's like a moment, something that happened. That's Kayfabe Award. Then you got Trash Talker of the Year, which
Gourds, Lee, right?
Say what?
You said Gourds.
No, Gourds.
Did they kill him too?
Yeah.
I forgot that they killed him too.
That happened at WrestleMania.
God.
Yep, that did. They're murderers, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're bastards.
Last year we did Trash Talker of the Year. That was more of a, who talked the most crap on Discord and Twitter and all that.
Role player.
Yeah, and now it is more fine tuned as it says Trash Talker of the Year award, and then parentheses it says Kayfabe Discord role player. So basically, this is for the person that everybody votes on who is the best role player and stuff on Discord. So that's what this award has been fine tuned to be. There's also, these are kayfabe, remember, Face of the Year, Heel of the Year, and then there's Turn of the Year, like who had the best turn, good or bad, whatever. So those are the kayfabe awards right now. So those are your categories, guys. Think about those in advance, and the voting should be up sometime soon. So
boo! No tweener of the year. Boo!
No, there is no tweener of the year.
I bounced and fought everybody, so I kind of screwed myself a little bit there. But I've been getting face reactions. You've been helping me a little bit with that.
That's true.
Style. You never know.
So yep.
We'll see what the people say.
Yep. So those are going to be the categories. So I hope you guys are going to have fun voting on those and checking those out.
People were asking. I'm watching the chat. People like, what about Tweener of the Year? I understand though. That's like you're a face one day and a heel the next. Answer your opponent, your situation. That's a tough one. So that is a tough category.
Mhm.
But the other thing someone said was like downturn or superstar that had a fall. Like you had jobber of the year, but what about like instead of comeback kid, the reverse?
I definitely thought about
I
that.
don't know what to say, but that's pretty much super hippo at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
there's no competition on that, unfortunately.
yeah,
but-
that definitely would be super hippo, but I want to do more, positive. The only negative one is Jobber of the Year, but it's more of a
Goes with
lighthearted
the name.
Yeah, more of a lighthearted award. So I want these to be more positive. Yeah, that would I agree. That would totally be super hippo. But
I guess the other part of it too is it's almost like the Academy Award. If there's a clear winner, they don't do the award because there's no competition. You didn't win anything.
yeah.
Like so that's how they do some of it. They used to anyway. But no, you're right because it's like, oh, you had the worst year of all.
Yeah.
Like you were good, but now you suck. Here's your award. No, that's not cool. You would literally potentially drive people away with that.
Yeah, so so that as far as that goes, we'll probably not have that one. But I did think about that. But
So what we could have is the equivalent of like the Razzie fan-made ones where people will like, hey, what do you guys think? And they could do Discord votes and stuff, and they could do them too.
yeah, everybody's welcome to do
The
whatever.
bootleg awards.
Yeah. But yeah, guys.
The Outlaw Show Awards. But yeah, I like it. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Woody, I honestly think you have a good shot at a few of those major ones. Not going to lie.
true.
You had a fantastic year.
That is true. That is true. Some of these, as I'm going through them, there's really hard. There's going to be hard choices, by the way. So we'll talk about that on the episode where we talk about everything. But guys, I'm going to give you a heads up. Some of these are going to be harder than you think. Some of these are going to be harder than you think.
I like it.
But yeah, Woody, I guess if you guys are ready, let's get on out of here.
Yeah. Okay. It's been nice talking to you too, and we had a lot to talk about, and it was great. I had fun. I hope you two had fun, and I hope everyone listening that had fun. But I guess we're gonna get out. You two have any final words?
Just hope everybody had a good 2018 in the JRPL. That's pretty much it. This is our last episode of the year, so
It is. I'll just do a quick shout out to everybody watching on Twitch. Thank you guys, the listeners, so they've been here all night with me, streaming even before this. Twitch.tv/CyclopsScott is where this stuff is. It is awesome. JobberRadio.com is where all this is based for the promotion, for the podcasts, for this. The feeds over to YouTube as well. It's all in there. You can find all that fun stuff all over the place. Just hit us up on JobberRadio.com. You'll find your way around. It's all good.
Yep, and I think that's it. Everyone have a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you later.